Okay. I'll let Drew go first.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, great. Well, I'm Drew Desidue, a former Twisted Boy, done many a Twisted Metal video on YouTube to the applause of a handful of people that I'm very grateful for. I watched the TV show, and that's all my credentials on this discussion.
Great interview.
I watched the show.
Did you actually?
We'll see.
Like, for real?
Yeah,
You
we'll see if
watched
I
the
can
whole
hide
show?
it the whole time. Yeah.
Could you write a thesis on it? Like a whole paper?
Well, let me open ChatGPT real quick. I'll get rocking on that.
I wonder what ChatGPT would say about it actually. Should try.
Anything on
Watchdogs
Wikipedia.
is pumping out a lot of videos, so I mean, ChatGPT could be helping out with that. Honestly, it's like daily videos.
Hopefully so.
I don't know if it's gonna be.
Let's make
easy
it
to do
happen.
now, because you know the TV show. Maybe if you did it like 5 years ago, you bought in early, it would have been like a
Yeah.
IP Bitcoin.
Also, Dave, just so you know, it still says you're playing TwistedMetal Black on Twitch. That's TwistedMetal Black struggle session.
He technically is, in a way.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Kong, did you want to introduce yourself?
The Twisted Metal show is cool. I liked it. That's my answer. Actually,
Yes. Kong makes
yeah.
videos on
The embodiment
YouTube
of
as
the
well.
show?
Yeah.
The embodiment of John Doe.
I guess, and I'm Nick, Vicarious Nick. I make YouTube videos and I stream, and yeah, we all watched we did like a weekly watch of all the episodes in the Twist Metal Federation Discord. It was a lot of fun getting able to hang out with everybody, and it was also really cool having Michael there. Michael Jonathan Smith was the main lead producer and writer of the show. He was answering some questions and stuff throughout the weeks of the show's launch. Because yeah, that was what I guess we could start out with. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on what is your preference when it comes to shows releasing all at once like they did the first season, or did you prefer having it where it was like every week it was 2 episodes on a Thursday?
Definitely weekly. 100% weekly.
Yeah,
Keeps the
I'm
show
on the
fun.
weekly train for sure.
Yeah, because you'll just watch it in one day. The show's not that long.
Yeah.
The season, it's pretty short. It's a total of like 6 hours.
I think there's this, yeah.
I don't think they can hear us at all, by the way. I turned up the audio and I can't hear us. Oh wait, I hear me now. Yeah, they just can't hear you for some reason.
They can probably hear me now. All right, let's see if they can hear me now.
Perfect. You sound good now.
All right, fantastic.
It's finally being made.
Yeah, I mean, back to the earlier question. Actually, I should probably do introductions too. I'll blast through that real quick. Yes, I've seen the TV series. I have thoughts. I was also one of the devs on both the Twisted Metal franchise and a bunch of other games, so I will get into my thoughts on that. As far as like spacing out the game, It's not the game. Spacing out the TV series with weekly drops, I think that was the right way to go to keep it kind of very relevant in the zeitgeist. Because otherwise it would have been watched and then in a week and just forgotten about and lost in the noise. So I think they did the smart way to kind of keep the buzz going.
Yeah,
I was definitely an advocate of like I liked having it all in one go last time just because I don't like waiting for shows. But I will say after this entire process of waiting each week for the 2 episodes on every Thursday and having the individual watch parties and everybody showing up and stuff, I did kind of like the hype around it, and it gave people a week to talk about the previous episode and not forget about it, like in the Discord and on Reddit and stuff. Whereas the first year or the first season, I felt like, yeah, exactly what Kong and Drew said, where it's like they just forgot about it. Like everybody talked about it for maybe a week, and then the show is kind of, just kind of forgotten after that, except for obviously we talked about it here and there, but it just kind of felt like the hype wasn't there like it was this time.
I think having a weekly show also, it shows that Peacock was confident in the show. I think if you drop something all at once, I think you're kind of just trying to shove it out there and whatever happens, happens. But having a more structured weekly setup, I think shows that they felt more strongly that it was going to be successful.
Right.
Because we saw that with, with another video game adaptation with the Fallout TV show. The first season just dropped all at once. Boom, here you go. But they're moving to a weekly setup too, come December for season 2. Yeah, with Amazon. So I think it just shows confidence in the product.
Where did this second season rate? Like on the charts? Yeah, can I find that?
It was pretty high.
Actually?
I think it was actually higher critically than the first season. So I want to say first season was like 70% Rotten Tomato and it was like 93% audience. This time it's like 90% Rotten Tomato.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think critically much better received. I think the audience scores are about the same, but yeah, critically like
it was
Paramount.
Yep. I don't know about Paramount, but I know Peacock was number 1. I think it still is.
That's good. Is it their number 1 show? Is it? I heard it was beating like wrestling or something.
Yes. Yeah, it was like number 2 to wrestling one of the weeks, and then the next week after that it beat it. So it was number 1.
Interesting. Yeah, well, hopefully that buys us a couple more seasons and maybe a game at some point, though I'd want to know who's making that game as far as like the team composition goes.
It kind of seems like they want it to exist in like media format. Plus, if it was successful, they could make spin-offs. They could make like a Sweet Tooth spin-off, or like if it like they're obviously going to use the most popular characters, but they could use that to make another season of just a spin-off.
That would be cool. And I know that Michael's already talked about, like, he literally has season 3 already like finished, basically, like writing wise. And then he said they already have ideas for season 4. So I think during the first season, or like after the first season came out, in an interview, now again, he might have just been talking up his head, I'm not sure, but I remember him saying that he had ideas for up to like, it was like 10 seasons. Like it was like 10 plus seasons. So I don't know what they're exactly thinking, what if they're going to do like a tournament every season, or if they're just
definitely not. Based on
you think it was just the one season and that's it?
I don't think so. I don't think it would work because it would just end up getting old. Like if you just have a tournament every single season, it seems like this next season, like I mean, it's going to be jumping ahead a little bit, but it seems like it's going to be like some sort of like cat and mouse game kind of thing with the insiders versus I guess Stu, Quiet John, and Mayhem.
Yeah.
Which I like that, so it's actually different and it's not just the same thing repeated.
Yeah,
that's true.
Honestly,
that's an interesting point. If it's just nothing but car combat, it would with tournaments it would get a little tiring, so they do need to break it up.
That's what I said about the first season. People got upset about that stuff, and it's like, well, you can't have car combat every episode because it gets boring. Like, it just gets old. It'll be the same thing over and over.
Yeah, you
have to treat a TV show much different than a video game.
True. Yeah, I mean, they could have definitely action that's outside of cars. Like, I really like where they initially headed with Sweet Tooth going after the other killers. like Big Baby.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was
Big Baby.
hilarious.
Fucking
And they
weird-ass
mentioned
character.
and they mentioned Garbage Man. I was hoping he would like go through a bunch of fights like
Yeah.
that. Like I would have loved to watch that, but then it just terminated. You know, it's just like, oh, here's
Yep.
here's the the tournament. We're not going to go hunting garbage because I wanted to see like Garbage Man and the other people.
I thought
Right.
I thought Trash Man was the leader of Diesel City. Was that not?
I think so.
That-
Or like he
that's who
was
I
the
thought Trash Man
most
was.
notorious killer from Diesel City. Maybe was
Yeah.
the line. It was something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. All
So
right,
yeah,
actually
I
thought
agree
that
with
was who
Dave
the
though.
character was.
Like what Kong said, that could be a spin-off show right there. Just like Sweet Tooth hunting down all the notorious killers in the world, basically.
Yeah, I mean they got Samoa Joe, who's good at hand-to-hand combat. Why not have some like almost wrestling matches, or fight some great fight scenes with all these other killers that they could have easily done as one-offs. To make
Right.
new characters and just kill them off if they wanted to. Yeah, he could face off. He talk to your friend Nick. He can face off against me and Jaffe. We'll be like one-off kills in the series. Like I'll go do it. I'll go do it for free. I'll fly
be
down
sick.
there, do a day, have me killed off as one of my characters, and then I'm out.
I like that idea a lot. Should we
There
should we
was no
talk about like
solo rankings,
negatives
was there?
first and then go like into positives, or how do you want to structure it?
We could just do negatives first, I guess. Because I was looking at the discourse online to see what other people felt about negative
Yeah.
stuff, but it seemed
And
like
it feels
the
this
thing people
season
were
was more
most angry
split.
about was Minion. That's what it seems like a lot of people were the most upset about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's
For
that's
sure.
what I
Strange
saw
choice.
online. I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I don't know how they would have really made the fucking tank though, or whatever they were gonna do, or however you would do it. I don't know how else it would be done.
You could rent a tank.
honestly. Rent a tank. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, if
Well,
they
it's just weird the final boss for a car combat tournament wasn't a car or a vehicle of any sort.
yeah,
It
that.
just felt
Yeah.
strange.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to say because I guess it did like fuck with John. I guess that's I think that may have been the point of it. If like that's why it was his sister.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Like I thought that twist was good. Krista coming back alive, and it also goes into somebody made a good point where Calypso specifically said that your wish gets granted by being like by surviving the tournament. Essentially, he didn't say you have to win necessarily to get your wish. And since they didn't die, they got their wish, and that's why like a lot of not just Stu got his wish, but everybody did. That was like alive at the end.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I guess in
definitely.
a roundabout way, the
yeah.
outsiders' walls broke down because they're all against the insiders' walls are all came down too. Actually,
Right,
now that I think
yeah.
about it.
They don't want a level
'Cause they
playing
get
field. They
pissed.
want to level the playing field and just
Yeah.
have everyone under their foot.
Yep.
And
Which
with
makes
Mayhem,
you wonder
with,
what
with her,
Axel wished for, because he apparently
They didn't
lived
say,
based
but-
on the after credit scene.
well, we don't know if it was Axel necessarily that lived. We just saw the Human Axel project, right?
But you could hear him screaming. It was definitely him.
Interesting. Maybe I didn't look into it as much as I thought I did, but I thought it was going to be like there's other Axels out there, not just the one.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe that could be.
Maybe, actually. Or are they going to
I
do
guess
like the
my
warthog
thought-
thing, like the Twisted
Oh.
Black Warthog? Bring him back to
He's
life.
got
He's a
hands.
yeah,
He's
and
got
he
the
hates
knife
everybody.
hands.
Yeah, he just hates
Maybe.
everyone now.
But we didn't see him die on camera, so there's definitely. I mean, I feel like the show really didn't want to kill any of the important people on camera, and so
No.
they left the door open for obviously Sweet Tooth coming back and Axel. Like
Yeah.
Grim, is Grim 100% dead? I have no idea.
So
think
like
so. I don't
Grim
know. It's
had the
been a
coolest
while.
like death in the show, in my opinion. Like just the way he died was so sick. But hear me out. I 100% believe he's coming back as a skeleton like TM2, because in TM2, the artwork, he has a big ass chunk missing from his skull. And if you notice,
Right.
when he died, he got ran over, like his head got ran over by a car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I could
Okay,
easily
yeah.
see them
Yeah.
coming back as a skeleton or something like that.
And they
What
also
was
referenced
Grim's
Captain
wish?
Grim too, by the way.
Did they? Did they?
Yeah,
mention-
his grave. Yeah, on the
Oh,
grave
interesting,
was
okay.
Captain Grim. Yeah,
Yep.
I noticed that.
Wait, did we ever get a hint as what Grimm's wish was?
I don't know if we ever saw it.
No. They didn't show any of the people that died. Like they didn't show what their wish was, except we knew Ravens was going to be Kelly. We knew that from the beginning. But we didn't know anybody else's wish except for, I think they showed us Mayhem, John, and Quiet, obviously, and
Stu. They showed
Stu.
after.
I think that was it. I don't think they showed anybody else's wishes that I can remember.
Stu's partner, oh gosh,
Mike
survives Sweet Tooth and then ends up getting kills in the season.
Yeah, that honestly pissed me off. I'm mad that he died because I was like, he came back. Like, he died in the first season. You know, we thought he died anyway. And they bring him back as this like huge memento, like, oh, Mike and Stu are back together. We're gonna get Hammerhead, and then they killed him again. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah, it was to set up the fucking the wish joke.
Which is funny. Like, I liked the twist they did on his wish. I didn't mind that because it also was kind of a tie-in to Outlaw from TM2. But
oh yeah, anyone who played the game knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah,
with that wish, it was pretty obvious.
But maybe, who knows? Maybe Mike will be coming back alive somehow. Maybe he'll be resurrected or some shit. I mean, they've obviously proven that there's like actual elements in the show that are mystical. So,
and if they do that, I would be kind of disappointed because I think one of my main objections with the show is like nothing of consequence really can happen because of the supernatural stuff and because they don't want to kill off like important characters. So like whenever there's action or something that's supposed to have stakes, it never really feels that way because it's just always going to work out or it's going to be something twisty or fuckery around. People don't really die, you know?
That's true.
Well, someone brought up a good point. Do we know what Sweet Tooth's wish was? Did we ever get any hint of that?
No, he just
pissed in the well.
I think he made one.
Yeah, he pissed in the well. That was the joke.
He didn't even make one. He doesn't care.
Who was it that asked him? Because somebody asked like what his wish was or something. And he was like, a wish? I didn't ask for a wish. He's like, I just took a piss in there or something like that.
It was Stu before the battle. He's like, that's why we're all here. And he's like,
oh, that's what it was. It's like, I don't give a shit about that. I'm just here for the chaos.
Oh,
actually, I like how they referenced the first level of the first game with the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the shipping containers.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that too. It was a perfect reference to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then somebody pointed out on Reddit, this made me laugh so hard. So I was thinking, like, why did Calypso make Quiet and John drink from the well when they, when they got caught for like John making the wish or whatever? And then Calypso was like, oh, okay, everything's good now. Like after they drank from it, I thought it was a metaphor for like maybe the well gives them the powers or something. But then I realized Calypso was just an asshole. He just made them drink out of it because Sweet Tooth pissed in it.
It's actually funny. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
I mean, my guess would be that they had to drink from the well to undo the double wish potentially, and then they had to re-wish. But no, I think that theory is actually funnier.
Yeah, it's just straight up. He was just trolling them. Yeah,
I wonder what that well thing. What the significance is of the well, because obviously Calypso apparently is 500 years old or whatever, and he climbed out of there as like a naked baby man, and I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Yeah,
I don't know if I like
season's going to be
that.
His backstory.
I hope so, because I don't know if I liked that because I liked what they did with the comic of TM2, and I kind of feel like they should do that in the show as well because the comic was not seen by everybody that are fans of the games. It's kind of rare.
Mm-hmm.
And it really showcased like where Calypso came from and like the car accident that killed Krista supposedly and then killed him. It's like now they're just changing it to, okay, he's some mystical dude that came out of a well like the Ring Girl and he has these powers. It's, to me, I understand they wanted to change it up to be their own and be more creative. And like Kong said, they'll probably go over it more in the next season. But to me, it's like, I kind of wish they just would have had some type of flashback where maybe Calypso was a regular guy and then he was down on his luck. Something bad happened. Could be a car accident. Could have been something different. He went, and then who knows? Maybe he died and went to hell and got some type of deal with the devil and, whatever. But
he kind of was a regular guy, though, as they showed him doing that like conference call in front of NBC stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I still don't get that because that's where they showed like wasn't it like his video playing on the conference call showed him coming out of the well?
No, that was just the cold open before that.
Mm.
Yeah. It was like the 1500s. It said.
Okay. So yeah, you wonder, was he normal at that point, or was he already like himself in that point?
Well, it's weird that he went from the 1500s to then present day where he wants like car combat. Before cars existed, what was he doing? You know, what was his deal?
Well, you
the
remember the
TM4 intro?
Twisted Metal 4? Yeah, the Twisted Metal 4 intro. They were doing it on fucking carriages and shit.
It's
The horse and buggy.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
But I do
We're gonna
think
get,
that
like,
he
old
did
buggy
lead to the
tournament.
apocalypse.
yeah, that was the implication because what he could basically control all electronics, and that's what started the apocalypse was all the electronics going out right in the first season.
Right.
Oh,
And it was an apocalypse that directly led to cars being like the main religion of the wasteland.
yeah.
So he created the environment for his tournament to take place.
I like that theory. Did they make that pretty apparent? Because I missed that, to be honest. If he was the one who created the apocalypse,
he kind of did. Like after his pitch meeting with NBC went bad, they're like, I guess people aren't ready for this yet, but I guess I'll wait till they are ready. And then of course,
right.
the apocalypse happens soon after. And like Goodrich just said, like he can control electronics. Like when he announced the tournament, he took over every TV and speaker system.
Yeah.
And the same thing sort of happened when the apocalypse went down.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That makes sense. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to circle back to Axel real quick when we were talking about him still being alive.
Yeah.
Did anybody notice when he got blasted in the final fight that his hands were glowing red? And I'm wondering if he's now fused into the machine now, like in the
that's what I thought.
In Twisted Metal 2, was it?
Yep. That's what a lot of people were kind of assuming based on like how he just rolled away. You know, like he was like knocked out, like not killed. So and the funny thing is to me too is I remember Michael Jonathan Smith in an interview for season 2. He specifically said like we went out of our way to use the head-on version of Axel because he's able to get out of the vehicle and like walk around because we wanted him to have more scenes, you know, with the other characters outside of the vehicles, which makes sense, right? Like for a TV show, I get that.
Yeah.
But so if they bring him back and if he's fused to it, now they're kind of going away from that whole ideal. So it's like, what are they going to do? Is he just not going to be in the show as much? Is he going to be like a smaller character?
Yeah, that's going to be an issue. Like they definitely couldn't have done the prom or anything if he was fused in the car. Like he couldn't even get into the hallways of a building.
That would have been funny. They just have him in the middle of the prom doing donuts in his car.
I mean, I can see a whole plot line where he's, fused to the wheels, kind of like Twisted Metal 2, and he has to break out of it, like rip his arms out. I don't know where they could go after that, because then he'd be right back where he started with, I need to have like robot hands, but that's the only place I can think of to go.
Or gives him a new wish if he goes into another tournament.
True, to get out of the
a good guy, I think.
Axel?
Yeah, he was like kind of a good guy, but I think they would.
He
probably
was an
use,
assassin, but he had a good heart.
To make him evil, if they wanted to make him evil, they would probably just have him use mayhem as the perpetuator for that.
Oh, maybe. Here's the thing too, Kong. Like you brought up earlier about how you don't think they're going to go with the tournament every season because that would get old, and I agree with you. The issue though is now what are they going to? Is the whole wish concept not going to be a thing anymore? Like they're just not, they're not going to give a shit about like who gets a wish. It's just kind of that was just the one season thing.
I mean, they could, if they really wanted to, they could do, if they wrote it correctly, they could do like a tournament every other season.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes a nice ending cap to the overall story arc. Just like if every so often they have a new wish granted that then just re-scrambles the universe and makes it fresh again.
Yeah.
Yes, they hinted a lot at like Twisted Metal 2 of like the more of the world being opened up. So I don't know if they're actually going to do like international scenes. It would be cool if they did that.
And the budget would just go through the roof at that point.
True.
I mean, it seems like they're willing to do it though, because it's like topping Peacock. I think.
I'd love to see it.
It wasn't on Peacock and it was on like Hulu or Netflix, but
apparently in Japan it's on Hulu.
I don't know.
Somebody posted that in the Discord the other day.
I wonder how it's rated in Japan.
I'm not sure.
Because I know they didn't really care about Twisted Metal at all.
No,
it just doesn't. That's not part of their humor or culture. Is cars and stuff. So,
right.
Yeah, Twisted Metal seemed to be mainly a U.S. and maybe South American thing. I know it didn't do well in Japan or Europe.
Yeah.
That's why the first and second game physical copies are so rare on PC. Especially the first one.
Yeah, but I mean, if they do go world
Man.
tour, the nice thing is if it's an apocalyptic world, they can just go to the middle of the desert and say, "This is France. It was destroyed."
This is
Right.
France, yeah. And then put little, like, I don't know, Eiffel Tower in the background or something.
Yeah, like a little prop in the background.
They could just film everything in Vegas.
Yeah, right.
They actually
Well,
could.
they already went to Vegas, didn't they? Because I was in the first season. That's where Sweet Tooth lived.
True.
I mean, why
Yeah.
not go back there? Shoot, I mean, that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
But I think they left it pretty vague as far as like where to go from here, because now it's just like Kong was saying, it's a cat and mouse game between the ragtag group of John, Quiet, Stu, and Mayhem versus Calypso and the Insiders. So it's a pretty wide open like narrative runway. And then the only thing that's like for certain is like Sweet Tooth and his dad, like he got hauled off to, like, I guess he's the Pope now. Is Charlie Kane, which is
Hell
kind of
yeah.
good for him, But that's like
I
the
wonder if
only
we'll get a
definite
real
plot
Dark Tooth.
point. Oh, that'd be so
That
sick.
would be cool if they somehow managed to do it. It's possible because they did make an Axle work. So
Dark.
if they could do a giant, like, I don't know how they'd make the head work, but if they could make
Like
some
Tower
fucking
Tooth?
monster like that, or just Dark Tooth. If
For
they're
Dark Tooth, yeah.
following what is it? Twisted Metal 2.
TM2.
That'd be cool.
Darktooth and TM2 is, because Sweet Tooth died, so he wants his clown boy back. So to get Darktooth, does Sweet Tooth then have to die? Because if that's the case, no, I'm not buying that. No way. I'm not losing my clown boy.
Is there multiple Sweet Teeth out there?
There better
Is there
not.
a lot?
I
Better
think,
not be.
I think he's a one and only in the series.
Yeah, he'll never die. They can't kill him because he's like
No,
the flagship character.
Yeah. Even if he does die, they're just gonna bring him right back.
Yeah,
right. He got his face smashed in. I mean, like, if Minion can like punch a car in half or whatever, like it could kill a Sweet Tooth, but somehow he survived.
He's too strong.
I think I just got an alert. Just real quick, guys. We turned off chat just so we could do the discussion, but we'll answer questions at the end of this. We'll probably save like a half hour or so. So I apologize if I'm not calling out chats and people subbing, but I appreciate it. And I will call it out at the end. It's kind of like going back to Darktooth. Yeah, it would be hard to make a giant ice cream truck, but because they swap vehicles so often in this, I could see them just picking a larger vehicle that's normally that, the size and has that kind of presence and just make that his car in this. So
Right.
it could be like a truck or a loader or something like along those lines.
He did lose his ice cream truck because obviously
Yeah.
Stu and Quiet,
Yeah.
they're driving it now, so he needs a new truck. So why not make it Darktooth?
Yeah.
if he's gonna
Or
hunt him
Tower
down.
Tooth.
Or fuck it, Tower Tooth.
That would
Go
be a
nuts.
tough
Make
one,
it
though,
the
I
Eiffel
think.
Tower. They're going to go to France and steal the Eiffel Tower. That's going to be his new truck.
make the Tower Tooth out of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna
I feel like you could easily, well, not easily, but I feel like for budget wise and whatnot, they could get away with making an actual Darktooth vehicle and make it look bigger than it actually is by using miniatures or like forced perspective. So whenever it's on screen, it looks more menacing and huge than it actually is in real life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could do that. Maybe even for like Hammerhead, if they brought that in the show, if they can't get an actual monster truck on set, just use miniatures. People have done that millions of times in the past. It always comes out looking great as long as you do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could easily get a monster truck. They could just rent one for a short time if they wanted.
Yeah.
Because those things aren't constantly at shows. It's just, they need enough budget to do it, and they probably have it now for the next season. So hopefully we get to see a lot of like really cool new cars. Because I would love to see like the monster truck and like a Darktooth, and then what are some of the other crazier cars that we haven't seen yet?
Could they do like the Carnival of Carnage? or
Mr.
something?
Slam.
Oh man, yeah. The Carnival of Carnage would be absolutely wild.
That'd
If
be
they actually
awesome.
did that. Like Sweet Tooth. at Maxo-
Well, they kind of
Maxo
did that in
Card,
season
right?
1, though. They had the fight at the Carnival of Carnage.
Oh, that's right.
With-
Yeah. Yeah, like
with
in the amusement
Wyatt
park
and Outlaw.
and Outlaw. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on wheels. I think, and if I remember from 2012.
Yeah, the 2012
Yeah.
version's like a massive, like a level in itself, like a giant monstrosity on tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think
But
they
yeah,
have a budget for that. I don't think anyone would. I don't think the next Mad Max has the budget for that.
Unreal Carnival and Carnage on Wheels. Yeah, I don't know about that.
no,
They're
it just sucks because like the only way they'd ever get a big enough budget to do everything that the fans would want, they would need like a Netflix budget, or they would need something from like
Yeah.
Marvel Studios. Like, there's no way that Peacock's even a number one Peacock, it's still not going to get as views or as many eyes on it as Hulu or Netflix or Disney.
Yeah, they'd have to go full CG for a lot of that stuff, and that's really going to blow out the budget.
Yeah, and it wouldn't look as good. And you can tell like they love practical effects. I think that's honestly one of the biggest standout of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is just how many practical cars they had to blow up in those fight scenes. It looked like, I mean, the entire sequence with the lightning storm was amazing. I wish
Yeah,
it
that
would have
looked
lasted a
great.
little longer, but it looked
I
great.
like that.
It looked awesome.
I really like the lightning scene, honestly.
I love
Yeah,
the
it was
lightning
cool.
scene because it was visually just, I mean, amazing. But it was one of the scenes that I was kind of annoyed by because like everyone just yelling at each other and shooting machine guns to no consequence whatsoever. The only thing that ever did anything that whole scene was the lightning effect. It
that's
just
fair.
felt kind of
in a way.
like, what are we even doing here if the only person that can actually do anything is the one with the fucking, Tesla coil on their car.
But if you think about it, that's
Yeah.
kind of how the games are, though. The machine guns don't really do a whole lot of shit. So,
Well, yeah, sure, but like you want to see
Raven
like
was the only
visual
one that was
damage.
special.
You want to then they
Yeah.
feel like they're actually in danger, but they're not. They're just like bantering with machine gun fire.
yeah,
A
true.
little bit, yeah. It's kind of like some of those car combat scenes did remind me of like those adverts where people are like pretending they're having fun playing a video game. Like that's what some of them did remind me of. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. The way they just talk shit to each other, it was like it kind of came off like that. Like, whoa, look at these cool kids playing video games.
Wonder
A
how
lot
they
of the
can hear
John
each
and
other.
Quiet back and forth was kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did.
You
Yeah, I
think
don't
what
know.
I'm thinking? Oh yeah, I'm thinking what I'm. Let's do this. It's like, all right, guys.
Yeah, I don't know if it was intentional, but if it was kind of funny. Like it came off as intentional to me, but I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
a
the
lot
whole
of it
series is kind of
intentional.
cheeseball. Yeah, I think
Like
it's
it's
just
just
Yeah.
funny, like stupid advert, like cool video game kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I guess
just-
it's
it's
a
a-
way to wrap into negatives because we haven't really talked about them
Yeah.
yeah.
really, and I wanted to start off with the goofiness. We'll say, I think it was a
Sure.
little bit like too much in that direction of goofiness. Like it was it just went a little bit overboard sometimes of just too much, and it took away from certain aspects of the show.
What's a
Yeah,
I
good
agree.
example of like a way over the top, like goofy part?
I think Sweet Tooth himself was a little bit too ridiculous in the season. Like I think it was just like he didn't really. It's weird because like he didn't. I don't know what his kill count was. It wasn't too much, but I
Yeah.
feel like he's sometimes just like interjected in scenes, and it was kind of like it didn't add anything, and it was just supposed to be like the funny clown guy, but I don't think it really worked in a lot of instances.
yeah.
I definitely agree. I feel like the season one did a lot better of mixing the kind of like, okay, he's zany and wild, and I could see myself being his friend, but they also were really good at mixing in like he's actually insane and will kill you at any moment. And I didn't really feel that at all this season. I felt like the only time we saw like an aggression with him was when Grim was on scene. And every single
Yeah.
time it was like he would attack Grim and then someone would pull him off, like, you can't kill him yet. Kill him later. And it just kind of got old after like the third or fourth time that happened. And it's like, yeah,
I
there
think
should have
he
been more
just killed
scenes
him,
where
honestly.
just kill him immediately.
I really think he should have just killed him and then just participated in the tournament anyways. Like, I really think that would have been better if he just did that.
I see where Kong's coming from. Like there was a lot, also like the orgy stuff and just kind of weird
Yeah.
sex scenes everywhere, which, I'm not a prude to that, but it was just constant like horniness throughout the entire show that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
But I will say, they're probably making Sweet Tooth a little bit wacky because they're leaning into Will Arnett, who is known for comedy. So
Sure.
they're leveraging that. But I will say the one thing that I thought was kind of borderline wacky, but also I thought was really funny was when Sweet Tooth bought the cape and then used it to cover people and snapped their necks so the guards wouldn't see.
Breaking their necks.
He was like doing a magic trick, and it was just like that made me chuckle. I was just like, okay, this is kind of funny.
Yeah, I did like that one as well.
I was hoping there'd be more of that brutality from Sweet Tooth, like we saw, just that, juxtapose the silliness with, oh no, this guy's like an actual monster, like a force of nature.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I think the one time they could have shown that was like the Apocalypse 9, attacking the school or whatever, and they're supposed
they
to like
kept
survive.
him away because they didn't want him killing everybody.
Right, like that was the perfect chance to be like, because Axel ended up doing it, I guess, but I wanted Sweet Tooth to do that, where he just comes in and just saves the day by just ripping everyone's fucking head off or whatever. But no, he was like talking about how he's sterile and he has 3 balls and none of them work.
Which
is
just
a waste
it was
of
a funny
Sweet Tooth.
joke, but like, just that whole episode, like that could have been at the beginning of the episode with that joke, and then it should have moved to him coming in and saving the day and killing all those bad guys. Like,
Right.
yeah,
It just
I
felt like a
agree.
waste to me.
It did.
Or
also
him
like
and
the whole-
Axel team up maybe to kill those guys. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Because I think the whole thing, it was an excuse to do the Axel intervention where they look at his backstory and stuff. And those are the best parts to me, is like looking at each of the characters, where they came from, what motivates them. But I
Yeah,
feel like they
agreed.
kind of undercut it a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I feel like Sweet Tooth's lines this season honestly were some of the best in the season, like in terms of the jokes. I feel like every time he did have a quip, it was funny, like I laughed. But yeah, there wasn't enough of him on the other side of things, like of the crazy like killer side of things, other than just him whining about wanting to be the best killer.
Right.
So yeah,
I would say he
definitely
had the
agree.
funniest lines for me, especially the first episode where like, he's killing the guy. The guy's like, "Oh, are you Big Baby?" He's like, "No, well, who's Big Baby?" "Oh, he's the greatest killer this side of the Mississippi." And then he goes and gets Big Baby. He's like, "Oh, I knew you'd come for me, trash man." And he just screams.
Oh! That was
That's
Samoa
probably
Joe
the-
that screamed too.
Yeah, that was my favorite laugh of the whole season, was just him just screaming. I loved it.
That was good. I also like when he's talking about Harold and with Grimm, he's like, "You called him a brown paper bag? First of all, racist." Like those quick little things like got me good. But yeah, it's just like I hope in the next season maybe they'll do this because he got really fucked up. Like he got hit really hard, in the head. So maybe in the next season he'll be more evil. Like he'll be more sadistically,
too. Like he
Yeah.
becomes a Twisted Metal Black version of him.
Yes,
honestly, I think
exactly.
that
That's
would
what
be
I was
perfect.
thinking.
Because he has to
Yeah.
confront his
Eventually he turns
father, and
into
I'm sure
that.
that's going to be the source of a lot of darkness.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that will actually add a real character arc to him. Honestly.
Who do you think should play his father? It's kind of off topic, but who do you think what like actor should play Charlie Kane?
I don't know.
David Jaffe.
Oh
That-
no,
That would be interesting.
That would be
if
a
he
cool
did that.
cameo, but I feel like they're gonna make him a real like main character for the show for the season 3 at least.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
for
I don't-
sure.
I don't know if I
But
want to see
man,
that
would it
much
be
of
funny.
him.
I think they would
Steve
waste.
Buscemi, that'd be good. I would love to see that. Wild eyes.
I'd go with Kurt Russell. I'd go with Kurt Russell.
Ooh, that'd be
Oh,
good. Yeah,
that'd be wow.
old
Yeah,
grizzled man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, didn't
Bruce
didn't we see
Campbell
his
could do it.
parents? Oh yeah. Did
Well,
we
we saw
see
his stepdad and his real mom.
Right. Okay. So not his real dad.
Right, because his stepdad made a line about Charlie Kane. He didn't say Charlie Kane or something. He said something about like, well, your other father went off with his taxi business or something like that. He made like a quick little quip when he was a kid.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, it was. I don't know. I am excited to see what they do with him. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what they choose for the actor to play because I think that's going to be a make or break character kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I don't think Charlie Kane has like a prominent role in the games at all, so they can do whatever they
No.
want with it. But because he's so close to Sweet Tooth, who I think is the most important character besides Calypso,
Yeah,
you really have to nail it.
right. I hope they just make him a total asshole, like just like a super evil, terrible man.
He's the Pope. You can't make the Pope an asshole. It's
Yeah, that was
That'd be
It's blasphemy.
hilarious.
that was interesting. It was very interesting that they went with like a religious connotation with him.
Yeah.
Is he going to be connected to the preacher in some way?
I was just thinking
yeah.
that
Oh, maybe.
they just fucking cars left and right. Yeah.
they're both competing religions.
That is, yeah.
Protestant versus Catholic or whatever.
Oh man.
Oh no. They wouldn't.
I guess-
They wouldn't risk that.
No, they wouldn't.
One negative that I had that I might not share with anybody else, but I think that the John and Quiet relationship, I felt like never really did anything new. I don't.
Agreed.
It was
It was
kind
the
of
same
the
thing as
most
season
boring
one.
part. Yeah, it was just nothing happened there, and every time like they're just on scene together, like by themselves, it was kind of the worst parts for me. Not bad, just boring.
I think they're gonna build. They're probably gonna kill. I must probably kill Quiet. I'm guessing, and it's just they're probably building to like an emotional moment for that. To
Yeah,
happen.
agreed. Yeah,
people
some
get
big
used to
character
it.
is gonna die for sure this next season. Like it's got to. There's got to be a big character that's gonna die because I know Anthony Mackie's a producer on the show, so I don't know if he'd ever kill off his own character. But it's one of those things like he is also Captain America, so I could easily see him wanting to get out of the show if they keeps going for more seasons.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be one of the big characters dying next season. It's gonna be a legit like forever death. But I agree with Drew that like the Quiet and John dynamic, I think they have chemistry. I think like the actors are good together, but it's just I don't know if it's the writing or they don't know what to do with their characters, but it's always the same. Like something happens that makes them mad at each other. They split up. They're angry about it,
Mhm.
and then they come back together to fight the final baddie, or to do the thing together at the end if they need to, and it's forever happily ever after, and then until the next season, the next fight happens. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm with you. I think probably next season one of them's gonna have to die to not have that same exact formula happen again. Or maybe they'll have a baby or something. I don't know.
Well,
Never
I mean,
know.
that's kind of that's like what Mayhem is basically. I think that was the
Yeah.
best new character of the season, to be honest.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Next to
I
Axel.
mean, besides
But yes.
Calypso, I guess. Yeah.
And Calypso. Yeah, I think he did a great job. But yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed is we got a lot of really good characters this time around. We got Mayhem, we got Calypso, we got Axel, we got Grim, and all of them were really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. The John and Quiet thing is it's a little bit all over the place, and there's no cohesion to that storyline. It's just off and on, off and on, off and on, and it just doesn't work for me as much as the other characters did in the series.
Agreed. And like another big thing that I did not like, kind of branching off of the negatives we're talking about, we talked about like there was too many sex jokes. And again, I'm not a prude either. I'm fine with some sex jokes here and there. I thought the one with Mayhem walking in on them having sex was actually hilarious. I thought that was funny. But all the other ones in the show like just kind of made me cringe more than like laugh at it. Except Stu. I liked when Stu was the center of like the orgy episode. That was funny for 5 seconds. And then when he goes up to Sweet Tooth and he's like, and I had a lot of sex. And then Sweet's like, ew, gross. Like that made me laugh.
Yeah.
I liked that part. But yeah, it's just like, just keep it there and then don't have it the rest of the season. But they had in every episode, there was some type of random sex joke or sex scene. So yeah, that was annoying. The other thing that was annoying was they had like that pretty big sequence of like Junkyard Dog's vehicle and like him getting ready for the fight. And then they showed like the spike ball and everything, but then he immediately gets killed.
I know.
In like
That
the
was,
dumbest way possible, too.
Yeah. Like they didn't even show the special go off. They could have at least done that. Like show the spike ball hit somebody random that we don't care about. But like no, they just had to kill him off immediately. I was like, okay.
Well,
I'm
they
guessing
did the same with like that medieval clan with like the big crossbow or whatever. Like they got
that's what I was gonna
one
say.
moment.
Who the fuck killed his sister? I don't even know who those people were.
They're just random, newbies that no one cared about.
Like, was it part of the? No, they're not part of the preacher's gang, right? What do they call
They
them?
were like
No.
they had like little tinfoil fucking helmets.
It was the
Yeah.
Knights of Nebraska or something, I think was their name.
Yeah, they were like knights, yeah.
Which Nebraska represent, but yeah.
I feel like
Omaha, Nebraska, Knights of Omaha, yeah.
Omaha.
What wasn't Omaha in the first season? Wasn't that one of the main cities that like Outlaw was from? Was Omaha, Nebraska, or was that a
think
different?
So yeah.
Or was it Wichita or something? One of those weird Midwest cities that no one cares about.
Yeah. When I saw the Knights of Omaha, I was just like, is that Trapper? Like I was like praying to have one more small brawl reference in the series.
That would have been really cool.
Though
I don't have any small references that I noticed.
I have a loose one that I'll throw out there. The Spectre missile had a cartoon ghost on the tips, which none of the other ones had except for Small Brawl, which was the cartoon looking ghost.
Oh,
Because all the other Spectre
Yeah, I can
missiles
see that.
look realistic, and this one had almost the exact same Spectre design drawn on the tip of it. So maybe a reference,
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know.
Did we see an actual Spectre in the show? Because the Audi I thought was supposed to be Spectre, but it was Quattro instead.
yeah.
Chucky.
No, I don't think we
even know
have.
what
Yeah,
the
Chucky
character
Floop.
was really. Like I don't know what that was supposed to be. I mean, I guess Quattro, sure, but I don't know. It's weird to me.
I didn't dislike that formula of at like people were kind of mad like if you have Quattro, why not just actually have Quattro? And I'm like, well, you think about it, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense with the year that they're in, and also it's still just trying to tie in things as fan service. You know, anybody watching that's ever played Twisted Metal would not know what Quattro is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't take you out of the show if you've never seen it before, and it doesn't hurt a fan of the games because it's more just a tie-in to be funny. So I didn't mind that the car was Quattro, but I do feel like it was weird that it was Chucky Floop that had a Quattro, but I guess they kind of explained it because he was all talk and no show kind of guy. And like he was saying he's the best driver on the planet, but Quattro was doing it all for him, I guess.
Right.
So I do
Yeah.
kind of understand that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, going back to Junkyard Dog, I'm pretty sure they didn't show his special because they didn't have enough CG budget for it, and that spike fall would have been way too dangerous to do practically. So they probably
Yeah,
just
that's
offed
true.
them quick and put the money with like Sweet Tooth and Grim.
Yeah. Even Grim, they didn't really show a special weapon or nothing, which I was kind of bummed about. Because they had his
just had that
scythe, which
weird
was
scythe.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the scythe, but like even during the final fight with him and Sweet Tooth, I wish like they would have shown some type of like special weapon, like throwing a soul at him or something would have been kind of cool. But
Well, they kind of implied that Grim doesn't actually have any powers, right? Because when people
they
look at him,
did.
it's different.
And I've had conversations about this in the Discord, and I'm very 50-50. So like half of the time it implies like he's just insane because he was in Blackfield Asylum and it's all in his head. But then there's that scene where Calypso essentially takes the souls out of him, and like he no longer has the personality disorder or whatever. So it's like, did Calypso fake that just because he knew that Grim would believe him doing that? Or did Calypso actually remove his ability to like suck souls from people? You know what I mean?
When everyone else saw it happening, they're like, "What the hell is going on?" It was only happening
Right.
between Calypso and Grim. So I mean, I don't know.
So you can make the argument that maybe just Grim and Calypso are able to actually see the powers, like
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I
I
mean,
think
I
that
don't know.
ambiguity is probably best for the show to not know for sure,
Yeah,
just to kind of keep that vague.
yeah, and there's already been
Right.
established just magic in this universe, so it would seem odd to just wave it away as he's a crazy person, especially when he's interacting
Yeah.
with Calypso. It's if there was no hint of magic in there at all in the series, and he was doing the shtick of like stealing souls, then I could see it all being in his head.
Oh, Mutilated make a good point. He said, "How did he survive without food and water at the asylum for many years? He has to be supernatural." Because he was still in the asylum at the beginning of season 2. He got that letter that let him leave.
Yeah.
And when
It's like
Sweet Tooth
where
went there
he
in
came
season
from?
1, it was like clearly abandoned. There was like no one there.
Oh, someone's mentioning the hamster cage was something. They're
Well, that was
theorizing
at the
it
end with Axel.
with microblast.
Oh,
A mini Axel.
Yeah, mini Axel. That'd be cool. But yeah, so that was the thing that like threw me off a bit, was just Junkyard Dog getting killed immediately. And it's like, why'd you go through the like? I could see it more as a reference than like actually having that entire vehicle there with that special weapon being showcased and then not using it. It just felt like a slap in the face to me. It's like, I don't know. I'd rather have just have been a reference than actually showing the vehicle. It'd be like Mr. Slam showing up with his giant, bucket loader with teeth on it. And like he starts driving and then C4 lands on him and he dies immediately, like without crushing a vehicle. You'd be pissed, right? Like you'd be like, why even have the car then?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they could have used it in another season because it was kind of, he didn't add anything that anyone else couldn't have. There's nothing unique about what he did. So they could have saved
Yeah.
him for a different season when they had a better idea.
True.
But
Or maybe they will bring the car back because the car didn't break down. I guess just the driver got killed. So
yeah, that's true.
Frostbite should have been the first to go instead of Junkyard Dog. Yeah, I think it's because Frostbite actually had lines in the show, and she was like that's the reason she kept her. But I agree, is like someone that's not a character from the games. It's interesting they got. Yeah, and Death Warrant also was like alive longer than Junkyard Dog. So yeah, I don't know.
There was a Death Warrant. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, he had the mullet. Yeah, big dude.
That was playing the character.
Okay.
Yeah, he had the white hair and the eye patch.
I don't even remember the character dying. I think it was just like one of those like needless deaths that just happened during the
they used him to show off the stakes of the satellite kills. So he was the first one to eat that.
Right.
Oh okay. yeah. I guess
there's a lot of cars in Twisted Metal you could just use as fodder. Like all the cars from 2012 that aren't from the previous in the series. Your road boats and kamikaze and whatnot. But don't waste a Junkyard Dog.
Don't waste a Junkyard Dog.
I mean, he could come back. They've already established that characters come back. We get multiple Ravens. We could have multiple Junkyard Dogs.
Like I said, his car was fine, so someone could steal his car and come back, and that's the real Junkyard Dog.
I don't entirely understand the multiple Ravens thing, but
I think it was just a way to explain the recast.
Yeah, because Nev Campbell couldn't come back due to scheduling conflicts with Scream. So they brought in the new Raven, which honestly, I think I like the new Raven more anyway. I think
way better. It looked a lot better.
Yeah, she looked better for the part. I think her acting was much better to be. I love Nev Campbell, but I did feel like this girl, like she embodied the character a lot better. And I liked the tie-in with Kelly and stuff, even though they had the tie-in with Kelly with the first Raven, which I thought was weird. But I don't know.
Now, we got an interesting question. Why do you think they didn't do more one-on-one stuff during the tournament to string it out and save on the budget? So instead of the big group battles.
I think it's because
that's a good point.
Wanted.
I think you lose the dynamic between the characters.
Yeah, you probably also lose the tournament aspect of it, because Twisted Metal always was just a giant group of cars going at it. So that would be my guess. But yeah, if they wanted to save money, they could have done that. That's true, but they would have lost the flavor of what the series was about.
Everyone complained about the first season not having enough of that and too much one-on-one stuff.
That is true. That's actually a good point, Kong. Yeah, there was more one-on-one stuff in the first season, and people weren't a fan of it. So they probably listened to that feedback, I'm sure. And then another thing people have to remember is, like, with a tournament and with car combat, if you're going to have a car combat scene, there needs to be, like Drew was bringing up earlier, there needs to be consequence. There needs to be people dying. There needs to be cars exploding. And if you just have, you'd have to have like 50 plus characters to have a genuine like tournament, whereas every other episode there's a car combat scene or like a big fight. And it's just logistically not possible, like at least now with their current budget. Because you'd have to have all these random characters, that either have line delivery or they're going to die so quickly you don't need line delivery. But either way, you need vehicles, right? And they need to blow up more cars. And they're doing it practically, which costs more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I understand the reason why there wasn't that much car combat this season. And I also understand people being upset about it because they were really, hyping that up with the marketing. And after season 1, everybody was saying there wasn't enough car combat, but we're giving it a slide because it was character development.
Mm-hmm.
And, I get that. But I also feel like you have to go into it knowing that it's a TV show, not a video game. There's just no practical way for them to have constant car combat and constant fights every episode or every other episode, unless they have, again, 50 plus characters, 50 plus vehicles you can blow up and kill off. And it's just, I don't see that ever happening, sadly.
Yeah.
Unless it was like an animated series, then I can see that.
Right.
There's no limits to what you can do.
Yeah. And I think that would have been cool, honestly, if they did animated.
They just need to get the producers from Dukes of Hazzard who, destroyed 500 of those Charger cars just to make the series.
Oh, God. True. That is true.
Someone's asking.
Those are my main issues. Yeah. Yeah, those are my main issues other than Minion. And we talked about that at the beginning, really. But Minion was just kind of like, they were trying to go for a not Star Wars, a Power Rangers reference because it was like millennial humor or whatever.
Are you sure
But-
about that?
Yeah.
What?
That it was a Power Rangers reference?
Oh yeah, it's clear as day. Like if you put it, there's been people on Reddit putting it next to each other, like the Power Rangers Super somebody, and then like they put the Minion next to it. Like it's definitely a Power Rangers reference, but it's like I don't understand why they didn't have it at least in a vehicle at the beginning. Like you could have it
I
come
have an
out of the
idea.
vehicle, but
I think I understand it. I might
Okay.
have an idea of why the character was like that. Because of the mind tank. Isn't that idea of that supposed to be like it's supposed to like what is it? Control the mind of the person, the people who see it. So they would both see it as John's sister. Wasn't that
Well,
the
I think
idea?
the mind tank
original
was
idea of the
it
mind
was-
tank before it became Minion?
Yeah, the TM1 Minion was at first supposed to be the XJ39 mind tank, and so the driver would not control it with their arms and legs; they would control it with their brain, with their mind. And
Yeah.
the side of the tank
Was
would
that it?
display like their biggest fears or, most distressed thoughts, and that was supposed to be, like in the game as like a full metal or full motion video.
mhm.
'Cause it
But I
could
don't
play
think
as
it controlled
that.
other people's brains.
Well, I mean, would if it did that, would it? I mean, they could. I guess they could maybe take a play on it because they now know it's his sister. That's the only reasoning I could think of to why it would be outside of budget reasons, to why it would be like a Power Ranger character and not a tank.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I know that they definitely just wanted to bring Krista back for John's wish. I get that, but like I
Yeah,
said, they
fucking
could have
look,
easily
yeah.
just had her look like Minion in that suit, but just put her in a vehicle of some sort.
Mhm.
Maybe not even
Right.
a tank. It could have been a tanker. I feel like a tanker would be easier to find.
Oh yeah, the gas truck. Yeah, you could do that. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting. Get
I
the gas
mean,
tanker.
They got those giant 18 wheelers for the first season, but I guess
Yeah.
those
Oh,
are
yeah,
rentals.
yeah, they did.
So-
Yeah. I don't know. That was definitely a letdown for me as well. I don't think I've heard anybody say, "Ooh, I loved it. I loved the Minion reveal."
Yeah, that was
Um,
definitely the thing that made that I saw the most of, like negativity towards was that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like they took cues from TM3 Minion though. I didn't expect
yeah.
I did not expect the TwistedMetal 3 Minion to be the one to take the most influence of with the design. That was kind of funny. I applaud them for that. But
I mean, it's the most iconic one as far as like the driver itself, because we don't see it in TM4, TM2. Like you see a little bit of it, but it's very little. Just like a very vague demon, like red demon shaped thing.
yeah.
And then the only other time we saw Minion was as a character was TwistedMetal Black, but again, you only see like the top half of his body, and his face is covered by like a bull mask.
And they definitely
I think
referenced him in the first episode, I think, or the second episode of the season.
Did they?
Yeah, those guys that were attacking Mayhem in the forest, they looked exactly like
Oh,
Minion
yeah.
from TM Black.
Oh, I
The
didn't even
cavemen.
read that way.
People.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
the forest
that was
people.
clever.
Mhm.
But I think TM3 Minion is the only one that's like recognizable, like as a driver.
Yeah, I could see that. Or TM2's Minion as well. Because like TM2's Minion is still like a giant red guy, but he just, I don't know. I guess he doesn't have like the what is
It's not as distinctive.
Yeah, because the TM3 is wearing like that thong thing that's like a
Yeah.
skull covering his privates, and that's about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. It was interesting. I think they could have done better for sure. It could have been budget reasons. I don't know, but I do applaud them at all for trying to include Minion in some way, shape, or form in the show. Because yeah, that was not on my bingo card. I did not think they were even going to try that at all.
Well, and then maybe in the future, if Krista's no longer Minion, they've already established that basically Calypso can turn anybody into Minion or make one. So maybe we'll get a more accurate
Sure.
one in the future.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or
Did you
just bring
guys-
the more Apocalypse 9 guys back. Put them in a tank.
Yeah, why not? Shit,
Yeah.
because
Just
there could be many
soldiers.
of them. We don't know how many there are.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting them to be referenced at all.
Yeah, that
That's
was
definitely
also
like a people
crazy.
moment.
Yep.
That was a deep blur
Yep.
moment.
Literally the night before that episode aired, I was streaming I think Twist Metal 2, and I said, one thing that I wonder if they'll ever introduce in the show at all will be like an Apocalypse 9 reference. And then, a lot of us are going back and forth like, I don't know, it's too much of a deep cut. They did reference, the lost endings and stuff, but I just don't think they're going to go that far with the deep cut, references. And then the next day that episode comes out and it's Apocalypse 9 attacking everybody. I'm like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? That's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't even give us a "sounds good to me, baby," though, which is unfortunate. They should have done.
Maybe
they
next
should have
season
had-
we got Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie
They
Kane's
had
coming.
Yellow Jacket at the end, right? Like they showed him.
No, that
The
wasn't
guy
him. That was just a
attacking?
random
Just one of his
dude.
cronies. Yeah, it's like a
He
henchman.
still should have said it. He still should.
Sounds
good to me, baby.
It tastes
That'd be
like
crazy.
ah.
They need that. They definitely need that as a reference. Oh, it tastes like it screams.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Someone's suggesting that we may see or Mr. Ash in the future.
I hope, man.
Yeah.
I really want Mr. Ash to make it to the final cut or like on the TV show. That'd be so cool. I love Dollface, don't get me wrong, but Mr. Ash is my dark side.
Did you guys like Krista Sparks in the, or I don't know if her last name is Sparks, but Krista in the show? Did she feel like a character you actually enjoyed? You felt bad when she died, or was it just kind of
No,
there?
I
feel-
ruined it because they killed.
I think she
got
died
killed by
too
fucking
fast.
randoms.
That's
She
true
got killed
too.
by people that don't even. They're just random people, and it just sucks.
Yeah.
It should have been by someone that actually had an importance to give a motive for John to hate that person.
Agreed. I wish there would have been like a payoff, because that would have been a good payoff too, right? Like, because it could have been somebody like, I don't know who died, like Vermin. Let's say that. Let's say it's Vermin that killed her. So then now John's like 24/7 trying to kill Vermin because he wants revenge for, the death of his sister. And then maybe that could have been the fight between John and Quiet. Is like Quiet doesn't want him to kill her. He's better than that, maybe, or something. I don't know. But that would have been kind of a cool way to like add a type of revenge plot to the show that would have made sense for a tournament like this where you're killing
Well,
people.
even for Twisted Metal Black, where the main conceit of the game is revenge,
Like
to kind of have that,
revenge
that
plots.
plot line. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Krista didn't feel like a very strong character. I don't know.
No, the dolls were cool, but she was not, in my opinion.
Any of the characters are interchangeable. Like, oh, this one dies, and now here's a new version of them. They're not as satisfying to me as a character like, let's say, Sweet Tooth or Stu or John, who are consistent all the way through. But that could just be personal preference for me.
Yeah, the fact that Dave had more on-screen time with lines than Krista is kind of crazy to me.
Very weird character.
Yeah.
That was the Cannibal Man.
Fucking Dave, man.
I liked him though. I thought he was hilarious, but it's just like, yeah, that whole dynamic with him and Stu and Mike. It's like we already had two Hammerhead characters. We didn't need a third one. and not only that, but you made him like a main character for the season, which is just wild to me. Dave the vegan.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know where they got the idea for the character from to make him a cannibal.
I think that was just a tie into season 1, to be honest, because Mike and Stu were about to get killed by cannibals
Well, I thought it was
when they were captured.
That was a loose reference to Grim from Black.
That also could be well, that's probably where they got the original idea for season 1 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a tie into that. When Stu and Mike were like about to die to cannibals, because apparently Mike says that Dave was one of the cannibals that was going to eat him.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Stu wish Twist was perfect though, in my opinion. So, that's pretty much the negatives I had with the show. Krista, I feel was okay, but it definitely could have been better. She should have had more screen time to like get us to care more about her character and John being her brother before she was killed off. But I also understand they had to have a reason why John did his wish and got, I guess, Quiet mad at him. But all in all, it is one of those things, like it might have been a budget thing, not enough time on the episodes, who knows. But going into the stuff that I did like, I felt, like I said, the special effects this time were really good. I don't think there was any CGI except for maybe when minions started moving. that I felt was bad. But I felt like the rest of the show, like Axel looked amazing. Even the CGI looked great. Grim looked really good. I felt like the fight scenes were pretty well choreographed when they were on foot. And even like in the vehicles too, I thought most of the fight scenes were engaging to watch. Like some of them felt a little bit kind of like what Kong was saying earlier. Like, I don't know, it felt kind of like video gamey or like commercial-esque with how the characters were in the car doing banter and stuff when like in real life, there's no way you'd have time to do that while you're trying to get away and not die. But all in all, it didn't take me out of it. I felt they did a really good job in terms of like the action sequences this season.
Yeah, and the real references, like when Raven was going to use the, actually, was it Raven who was going to use the turbo? Maybe it was Quiet in the race when she had the triangle button on the.
Yeah, Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they had their little references in there to like the original games and whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the cheat code at the end.
Like Club Kid. Yeah, they had Club
Kid.
Did
you guys get bothered by calling it a cheat code when she's just using the shield command in mines and stuff?
Yeah,
because they're not cheats. They're like a core component of the game. They're not. It's not cheating.
So somebody made a good point though. They said the shield might not have been a shield. It might have been invincibility, like the invincibility cheat code.
Oh, I see.
Possibly.
Because it did last a long fucking time. Like it kept going.
She did call it a force field.
I thought it was more of like, you know how like the player would be like, dude, you're cheating. You're using shields.
Maybe.
You know,
yeah,
like,
it could be
that's
too.
What I thought it was supposed to be in Calypso. I was like, fuck you. And his eyes turn like black and red. And he shuts it off. And it's like one of the few moments you actually see him using like a power.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like that. I like that they showcased it. Like, you know, he does have powers for sure. I liked that there was the one scene with him and Raven in the high school or the college, whatever they were staying in. And like, he just basically put her in her place by like his eye color changed or whatever. And then he got all super pissed off. And I was like, damn, okay, this guy's actually scary.
Yeah, that actor did a really good job. Oh, someone
was a real fan too. If you watch one of the side videos of like them talking about their favorite cars, he said his was Augur from TwistedMetal 3.
Oh my man!
Real fucking
oh hell yeah! No, you know what's funny, Kong?
TwistedMetal 2 or Black.
You know what's funny is he actually messed up and said his favorite game is TM2 because he loved playing Augur.
Oh no!
Fake fan.
I laughed, I laughed so hard. I was like, well,
he's such a big
it's
fan.
Bound to happen. It happened. But that just goes to show he liked TM3 though, so he's awesome. So
well, he likes TM3 so much, it's the real TM2.
Somebody in the chat is giving me fan service. They're saying Dave's going to come back as piecemeal in season 3.
That'd be sick.
Hey, you know, shoot, that'd be cool.
Piecemeal could.
I could see a piecemeal. Like, because there's all these wrecked cars, they could have someone that just reassembles them into, you know, a monstrosity.
Yeah,
piecemeal's on the table.
Scavenger. That was the idea. It was like a scavenger that like took the pieces of all the other little characters in their vehicles.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's possible, actually.
Save him money.
I would say, and Dave's in LA, so he's not, or in, I don't know, it's LA, but in California, like he's pretty close to where they were filming, but I think they actually filmed a lot of it in Canada, if I remember right.
Yeah, it had to be somewhere in like the Pacific Northwest or whatever, because like at least for the ending episodes, because they were in like a very desolate area with like a lot of roads and just nothing. So
yeah,
I see where you're going with this. I'll get on a plane, Nick.
Well, I was just saying, like, if you were like you're already right there, you could just get over to the filming stuff and, you know, do a cameo. But then I was like, oh wait, no, it's all in Canada. So maybe not.
You could be the mad scientist behind the guy, and you like taught him everything he knows.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'll be Trapper piecemeal. It's all right.
Yeah. No Augur.
Augur would be realistic though. The construction vehicles are pretty realistic to have, to be honest.
Yeah, they need to bring Mr. Slam in there. Like, I understand they did it as a joke in season 1, but come on, we need like an actual front loader.
I mean, there were some they left out. Like, there's no Warthog. We didn't see him. Mr. Slam.
Yeah. No Thumper.
You know, there's no Thumper. Like, there's a lot of iconic characters that we haven't seen yet. So there's still a lot of room for him.
Yeah. There's a tremendous amount of roster that they haven't burned through yet.
Crimson Fury.
Outlaw. Yeah, Crimson Fury.
Yeah, Crimson Fury, yeah.
Oh, also, they totally neglected the whole side plot of Pit Viper in season 1. What the hell happened to her?
Oh yeah, they never.
I
Did,
don't remember her. Yeah, I don't
forgot
remember
about
that at all.
Actually.
they did close their
So
story.
like in that
story loop.
episode, it was in that episode where they had all the TM4 characters in that bar, and Pit Viper was in there. And after the fight, so everyone died. You know, all the TM4 characters were killed basically. At the end, they had this whole like 3-minute, maybe not long, maybe like a minute or 2-minute scene where she's outside the bar by herself and she's on the phone like with Calypso supposedly or somebody, and telling them about like I'm gonna do the thing, I'm gonna do this, blah blah blah, and then that was it. It's leading it up to being like, oh, she's gonna be a mainstay character now. She's gonna be a big plot device in season 2, and she never came back.
Yeah, they didn't close that loop the story wise. I think it felt like there was a lot of loose threads they didn't fully realize. But then again, who knows? Maybe it was an actor who got another gig right after that, not knowing the series was going to blow up, so they had just wrote her out.
Definitely could be. And same with how they wrote out like Twister and Flower Power. I was really
Yeah.
bummed
Oh yeah,
they
they were
didn't come
supposed to
back.
be contestants. They were supposed to be.
Yeah, they were
Some
supposed to
teasing
come back.
People. That was weird.
Same with Bloody
I don't
Mary.
know. Yeah.
Was she part of it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end of
actually.
season 1, they had the tack board with all the people's faces on them in the tournament, and like none of them came back except for Axel.
Yeah, Axel and Grimm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a bummer.
Maybe for later. I don't know. Like, I mean, they can still use them. It's not like they're they disappeared, but if they
Yeah.
wanted to bring them back, like eventually they could.
I thought
Right.
Twister died, didn't she? Didn't the car
No.
explode and Flower Power was like distraught?
Nope. No, Twister's car was fine. What happened was the big tanker Juggernaut blew up,
Oh,
which
I
had
see.
it had Flower Power in it and that girl with the missing hand. And the girl with the missing hand got killed, but Flower Power lived.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah,
I should probably have
it's
gone
kind
and
of
rewatch the first season at some point.
It's
no, I didn't
honestly,
watch
I
the beginning
rewatched
of
it before season 2, and there was a lot of stuff I forgot. But yeah, it's just kind of a bummer they didn't come back, but not not a super negative or anything like that. There was another character too I was thinking of that I would have been cool to see in season 2 that we didn't get. But I'm losing it. I lost it sadly.
But I think they opened up a lot of cool opportunities for storytelling, like with the different factions that there are. Like in the first season, the Convoy, I thought that was a really cool idea. Like they're not gone; they're still around somewhere. And the Dolls,
True.
same thing. They're still around. Like their leader's dead, I guess. But like I want
Yeah.
to see them come back. The Holy Men. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of really cool, interesting things you can do with those.
And
Like,
now
maybe
there's
turn
going to
into a
be
gang
the
warfare,
Sweet Tooth
you know?
people, and there's going to be
Right.
Grim people. Based off the finale of this season.
Yeah. So I like to see, instead of a tournament where it's like individuals, it's like entire factions going to war with each other, including the
Yeah.
Insiders and all the other groups.
Right. What do you think of what did you think of the Preacher Baby thing?
That was
I mean,
bizarre.
they're doing something with
It's
it. They
fucking
have
weird.
to.
Like it's just I feel like someone just had a kid while they were filming, and they're like, all right, well, I mean, let's just
Let's put him in there.
let's just put him in. Like that's what it felt like. Honestly, it was just kind of pointless.
It
It was supposed to be comic relief, but you guys already. I think Sweet Tooth works enough as comic relief.
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
same.
So I didn't really understand the point of it.
I thought that kid was going to become Minion at one point because it survived like a fiery
The
wreck.
kid's not dead. Kid is not dead.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's
he didn't
possible
die.
he can come
He
back.
wasn't even scratched in that explosion.
Well, I mean, yeah, they don't. I don't think they're even allowed to show like a kid being hurt. I don't.
No,
think.
they couldn't do
No,
that.
they wouldn't have actually
Unless
killed
it-
him.
Unless it had like a I don't even know what the rating is. I think it's TV 14. So
Yeah.
Oh, it has
so
to be.
They would.
Is it
they wouldn't
14?
show it. I'm
It's
pretty
gotta be
sure
higher than
TV
that.
14.
Yeah,
Maybe. Actually, no. Maybe because of the nudity. Actually, so maybe it's like
Yeah.
maybe it is. I don't know.
It's TV mature, TVMA.
Okay.
Yeah, I did laugh at the joke with the baby with the gun though. That one did make me laugh.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, are the baby telling him to kill them?
yeah, that got me. It's like, oh shit, okay, it's actually a demon. Cool.
I feel like a lot of the jokes they got out of the kid was kind of the same jokes they got out of Harold in the first season,
Yeah.
in a way. Like, because, Harold's supposed to be, just a paper bag, and the kid's supposed to be just a baby, but they each do things that are like, I don't know if this is actually just what they're supposed to be. And that's
Is it
funny.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harold does something. He drops the grenade outside the truck.
Yeah, nice throw, Harold.
Do you think Harold's going to come back?
I
He's
hope
dead.
so, but I don't think so
Actually, no, he
because they
died in
even
the
had
first
like little
season, right?
funeral. Yeah, they burned him.
Or Sweet Tooth
Well, Grim-
competes to get
Grim
Harold
burned him.
back.
Yeah, he had his ashes. Yeah, and Calypso gave him the ashes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I can see that.
Harold was funny. I like the in the first season where he kills everybody in the courtyard with a gun. When like all the guards come in.
Harold, why did you kill all those people?
Doesn't
Why
Harold
did
turn
you
into a
kill
person at one
everybody?
point? Like during the season, like during the party scene.
Yeah, he
turns
turned into
a
Devin
person.
Sawa from Final Destination.
And then everyone else was paper bags, and who's the only real human there?
That's true.
That was a solid gag. I like that.
That was creative. I liked all the different like paper bags everybody was with the different crayons, like the coloring and stuff. I thought that was cool.
Was there an Axel paper bag? What did he look like?
I don't remember.
I'd have to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I have to go back and look. I don't remember. What kind?
Did he turn into a paper bag? I don't even remember that scene. I must have just overlooked it.
It was
like
quick.
Sweet Tooth was imagining he was having like a serendipity moment with Harold.
Was it during
where
the
Harold was
gas?
like real. Huh?
It was during the prom.
Yeah, like when everyone was getting gassed. Like, was it during that?
Yes.
Right before that, I think.
Right before it.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the human
I
Harold
must have
part.
just
Yeah,
overlooked it.
exactly.
I just remember seeing the Herald, and that's it.
Yeah, it was a cool scene, but yeah, I felt like all the actors did a really good job this season too. I felt this first season there was a couple actors that stuck out to me where I'm like, okay, you look like you're straight out of college, like you don't know what you're doing. But like this season, I felt like everyone did a really good job in terms of like acting potential, line delivery. There wasn't anything that stuck out to me where I was like, okay, that's just bad.
It was very, very solid, very engaging. I thought a lot of the performances.
Yeah.
Like even like the Apocalypse 9, like the one main guy, just
Mhm.
he didn't say, I don't think he had a single line, but just
No.
the way he moved and the way he looked, like it was I don't know, it was very, very scary, very terrifying.
The one who licked the blood off the wall, I think it was.
Yeah.
He just like took his finger in it and just licked the blood.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He just
I
like
thought
me
it was
for real.
neat.
I
thought
also
Vermin
like
was
the abundance
disgusting.
of gore. Yeah, Vermin was good. I think she was awesome.
That's one thing I noticed about the first season and into the second was like they're really good at making just gross people. I mean,
They
Big
are.
Baby,
Yeah,
I guess, like out of the gate, but Vermin, just every scene she's in, I don't want to look at her, you know?
The teeth were nasty. The teeth were like green and yellow.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
nasty.
What do they call her? Bug fucker.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Axel called her that. Did he not?
I think it was
He
Mayhem
shared a
made
room.
up a lie about somebody calling her that, and then it ended up being true that she actually was called
Oh,
that
yeah.
before.
It was one time.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
one time. Yeah, that stuff was good. I liked Vermin, and I like that they gave us reasons to care about each character in a way, because when they do eventually die, hey Google, shut up. Started talking to me. I don't like that. But like every single episode or every single character was like so genuine and had like their own reasons to be there, and like you actually felt bad if and when they died. Whereas if they just had it where every episode was car combat or something, you wouldn't have that, I don't think, as well. You wouldn't care as much
No.
about each person dying.
Yeah, it is shocking to me how many people don't really understand how TV shows work and just think it's supposed to be car combat every episode,
Mhm.
24/7.
Yeah, sadly.
It would just be like overstimulating or just boring if you did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need to space it out, and plus it's also a budget excuse, but at the same time, it's also like a legitimate choice to not have it every episode.
Right.
I think they did a good
right.
job with the car combat that was there to not make it. So the goal was to kill each other. It was you have to go, get to the other side of the runway, or you have to collect the badges in the warehouse
Yeah,
district.
that was good too. I really liked
like
that.
I thought that was clever.
Yeah, it was more like the racing events in TM 2012 a little bit.
Yeah, adding a little
Yeah.
more than just shooting each other. I like how they tried to, like Calypso was trying to make them work together like at one point, and then like they have to kill each other right afterwards.
Kind of
Yeah.
like
I
I
Squid
think
Games.
they could have done a little more with that, I think, but
Agreed.
I still like what they did.
I feel like the 30-minute runtime kind of hurt the show a little bit because I feel like they would try to expand on certain characters or plot points, but they just had to keep it moving because it's only 30 minutes or whatever.
I
Yeah.
think
But
it
also,
would be
if
at least
it was a
episode
longer
25,
runtime, yeah.
honestly.
Well, I don't know why they didn't just make him an hour long when they're releasing 2 episodes a week anyway.
Right.
You know, I get it. Technically, it'd be a shorter season. You go from 12 episodes to 6 episodes. But if they're an hour long, you can get a lot more in each episode. So I don't know. I guess I'm more on the side of I'd rather have 6 episodes hour long versus 12 episodes 30 minutes long each. Me personally, but
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
It's
So, like,
probably
the 30-minute. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say the 30-minute just, I think it kind of encouraged them to be more comedic because that's more of a comedy runtime versus like a drama runtime.
yeah. And this season definitely did not seem more like the first season to me felt quicker and more quippy with the comedy. Like it just felt like it was like watching the new Naked Gun that just came out. If you haven't seen it, you probably won't understand this reference, but it's like every 30 seconds is a joke. It's just off the top, like just, that's funny. And sometimes it happens so quickly, you're laughing at the previous joke and you miss the next joke. Where this season felt a lot more grounded, and it felt more they were trying not to go super serious, but it felt more like they were trying to do more action than comedy, or like more heart than comedy. Even though there was obviously comedy there and there was still like the sex jokes and stuff, but it's like, and maybe that's why it stuck out more, you know, with those weird jokes, because it's like, okay, we just had 15 minutes of a pretty serious situation or like serious conversation, and then all of a sudden you threw like this really random sex joke in there, so it just kind of feels out of place. Where in the first season it didn't feel as out of place because it was so quick with the quips, I guess.
And
Yeah.
I think the scope of the first season was also more conducive to more comedy and quippiness because it was really just a buddy comedy where they're just, you know, doing a road trip together. Where
Yeah.
in the second season they had so many characters that they had to try to sell us on their backstory and why we should care about them, and it kind of
Yeah.
glossed over a lot of them when they could have spent more time. Like Axel, I wanted to know more about him, but we get like what 3 or 4 like short minute-long flashbacks for him. And we just barely find out that he's, you know, he's supposed to be Mayhem's like adopted parent or whatever. Yeah. And then he dies immediately after. And she never really knows why.
I don't even really know if he died, and I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, but like he's wiped out of the show, so we never get to like see that plot point developed.
Yeah, until the next season, supposedly.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it Raven's? It was Raven's special that took him out. Her weird lightning one, right?
Yeah, the lightning one,
Yeah, she had all like the big cheat codes for that, and it's like I understand, I guess, plot wise why she would have those on her car, because she's, you know, she's rich, she owns like that whole, she's a leader or whatever. But like, I kind of wish other cars got to use cool special effects like that, or cool specials like that.
Yeah, they just had the boomerang missile, which was cool.
Yeah, it was clever.
But that was
I
it.
wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, I did
Someone
want
made
to
the
say-
joke in chat earlier. They said
The
that
what?
Raven was the only one that read the manual. I saw was
It's
someone
true.
in chat.
I mean, they're rare now. You have to go online to actually find the manual.
Yeah, right.
The complete copy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Vermin did use her toxin, and
Oh,
Axel, I
yeah.
guess, did do the super. He
Yeah,
did.
she
He did say
did.
Axel power.
She did.
Oh,
use
that's
the
right.
gas.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Vermin used the gas. So I
okay.
guess other people did use special weapons. It just was so short. It was just like one little thing where it's like you kind of forgot about it. Where like
Yeah.
it felt like there was so many scenes with Raven's vehicle using these special abilities and stuff, and it's like that's cool, but I wish more cars did that stuff.
I guess
don't know.
Roadkill had a special, had like the ramp on the front of the car that they used.
Is that really?
I
a
consider
Yeah,
that
they
a
used it in the
special,
first
and
season too. I liked
and
it.
plus the
yeah.
boomerang. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing is,
That might be
that's
it,
weird
though.
though is like that could have been its own car. Like they should have done that with
Yeah.
the Frostbite, because she had the plow on the front of her car.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
But oh well.
I feel like after Twister in season 1, I think they were kind of skittish on using some special weapons because it's hard to make a lot of them look cool and not goofy.
Yeah.
But Twister
Mhm.
was like some of the worst effects of the first season by far.
But she didn't even use a special in there or anything. She just drove fast.
No, didn't? Yeah. It was, yeah, she was like around the track, right?
Yeah, but she didn't like
And
use a
look
twister
kinda-
or anything.
No, I think if they tried it would have been worse. But it had the same
Yeah.
sort of feel of like the Minion doing the fast movements where it's just like, all right, come on, guys, what are we doing? This just looks awfully dumb.
I suppose. I guess to me though, I like rewatching the first season again before season 2. I honestly thought the effects were for what it was, what they were trying to accomplish. It got the job done, but I agree it was a little bit too fast, almost like it just looked too cheesy because it was how fast it was. But there's really no way to go around that unless you actually film an F1 car going around that track and then just speed up the footage, I guess. And even that would look
I
kind
don't
of
have
weird.
a solution for it. I think maybe that's
Yeah.
why they were not so like courageous with the different special effects, or special weapons. They wanted they
Sure.
wanted to do ones that they could easily do. Like Axle Power's easy, right? You just have the shockwave
shockwaves.
outward and just
You
push
hear
a
him
car.
once. Sounded kind of weird.
Yeah.
That he did say it.
Axle Power. Yeah, it was not the same.
I still believe he said asshole power.
Well, you guys gave me an idea. I'm gonna give up the game industry and go design special weapons for the TV show that they can actually
There
do.
There you could do that. Yeah.
That's a good career, yeah.
Angel was wondering, did they ever use the EMP that was shown in the show? I don't think they did.
It didn't work.
They,
I think it wasn't working. I'm pretty sure. Is that what happened?
Oh, maybe I don't remember.
Because Krista had it, and I remember she tried using it because John needed it, but it didn't work.
Okay.
If I
Yeah, that
remember.
could be. Yeah.
So no.
Was there other special
no-
weapons in Diesel City that we didn't get to see? The Spectre missiles, I don't think we got to see those in action.
No.
No, they had, I think there was three chalkboards, but I don't remember what the third one was. If there was.
I want to say
Third,
one
I
was
don't.
the Boomerang, Spectre, and then I think Napalm was one of them.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah, I think it was a
napalm- the
fire missile or a
napalm.
napalm. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
napalm cone, yeah, because Stu gave that to Sweet Tooth. I don't
Did he
know
even
if he
use that?
used it. I don't
think
remember
so.
him
Sweet
doing
Tooth
that.
did use it in the final episode.
Because he had the
Okay.
weird, like with the head on his truck would shoot missiles from the first season. He used that again. I didn't see the napalm
Yeah.
cone, unless that was what he shot out of the head.
That I think is supposed to be the napalm cone. I could be wrong, but I think that's what that's supposed to be. Because it has like the YouTube, it has the not YouTube, it has the Sweet Tooth laugh with it.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
no, you
okay.
can hear it from the game. Yeah, or at least I'm pretty sure it's taken from the game. I don't know fully, but
Is
Oh,
it a
yeah,
little
and the-
ridiculous that? Sorry.
Oh, you go.
Oh, like why would Diesel City have a napalm cone that they would sell to people who aren't Sweet Tooth? Like, isn't that kind of made for him specifically?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it was actually cone though. I think he just called it a cone. I think it was just a napalm weapon. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Mhm.
All right, good. I'm like, that's just very specific to have an ice cream cone like theme special.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I'm
funny.
pretty sure Sweet Tooth called it that when Stu gave it to him. He just called it a napalm
Yeah.
cone.
I would have liked to see
Angel
Preacher
was-
use his special.
just shove
Just
somebody
shoot a guy.
on a
Yeah.
giant spike and shoot him. I mean, the gore was really amped up this season, so I could see them doing something like that.
Yeah. I was surprised at some of the violence that they had. I mean, it was over the top.
Yeah,
In
some of them
cases, yeah.
decapitations, and then there was like, what's her
Sweet Tooth
face?
ripped
The
out someone's heart out.
yeah, yeah, that girl got her face ripped off by a treadmill. That made me cringe pretty hard.
Oh, that was
Oh,
that
yeah,
was hard
with
to watch.
The Apocalypse 9 guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just
trying to
Dave
think.
like jumping into the hook. You know, that was pretty gruesome, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, his
Went
eye
right
hit the
into his
hook. Yeah.
eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not good.
I could have done without Vermin and Grim having sex. That felt like a plot that didn't need to happen.
I don't know. I
Well,
feel
that
like that
doesn't
one
happen.
was the only like random sex scene where I'm like, I could see that happening with those characters because they're just so like weird and out there and like I don't know. I'm glad they didn't show like legit nudity though. It was just kind of it was meant to be a joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one again, like that one, and then the Mayhem walking in on John and Quiet. Like those are the only two sex jokes where I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But like all the other ones, yeah, that the whole orgy thing could have been taken out. I didn't care for any of that.
Yeah, it was a
But-
very strange scene. That definitely was.
Yeah, that
I
whole
get they're
episode
supposed
was
to
really
be
weird.
Nasty, but I'm pretty sure that was one of the pointless episodes that you don't really like even need to watch, and you don't miss much, if I remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
this
think what
first
was the
season
reason they
had
went in
that
there.
They get
to get the
special weapons.
That's it. That was the only reason. Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess it was some sort of like they wanted to explain like where the special weapons were coming from. I'm guessing. That's like,
Yeah,
That's really about it.
I thought it was cool to like explain some of the economy of like the post-apocalypse where they bring gasoline in exchange for like the coins or whatever, and then it's like a whole
Sure.
marketplace. Like that was neat. I thought that was a cool idea. But
And
yeah,
all the
I could have
sniper
done
got
without.
killed. Like
Jesus,
everyone
was
just went crazy.
Yeah, right. No snipers.
I don't even remember if that was a Diesel City exclusive or that was actually like the world economy.
I think it's just
Yeah. I think
it
exclusive
was
to
an
Diesel
exclusive.
City. But you had
Yeah.
insiders and outsiders both going there, so it seemed like that is like the main marketplace for like the post-apocalypse.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Which it
Yeah,
might be a
yeah, I
ripoff
see.
of Mad Max, I think, because isn't Gastown kind of the same thing, or Bullet Farm or whatever?
oh
I
yeah,
think
that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea they showed off the specials and everything there, but I also kind of wish the characters could make their own so that it's not
Yeah.
always tied to this city because they're going to be
Yeah.
traveling around. So how are they going to get cool new weapons at that point?
Right. Like when Calypso brought them in the room to do the wish, he could have been like, and what would you like? Like he could have turned it around where he's like, what's your favorite color? Or not like that specifically, but just as an example, like they don't know what they're answering for. And he would have transformed their answer into a special weapon for their said car, like as a special gift, basically.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Because it would have fit like Twisted
But-
Metal Black, where the idea there is he took their cars and modified them for them.
Yeah.
So they could have played on that.
Right. So I found that kind of interesting that they didn't really play into that at all. It was just kind of, what's your wish? Okay, cool. And then now just here, go do this. And they never like, they probably don't need to do this, I suppose, but there's never any scene of like anyone's cars ever breaking down or having to get gas or anything. It's like, where do they get the stuff for all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually
Yeah,
kind of brings up an interesting point too. If this is like a post-apocalyptic world,
Yeah.
loosely speaking, Calypso still has working satellites and space stations that he can send Stu to. That seems
Yeah.
that seems contradictory to the world a little bit.
I think it's kind of like in Twisted Metal 2012, where he's like the CEO or whatever, the owner of a large company that kind of has their hands in every single industry, and he's ultra rich and can basically do whatever he wants that way. Is kind of how I read
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
But then also, why does he have to pitch a show to NBC if he has that much power?
It could have been before the powers.
That's what I'm saying.
So
The most important
that's why
reason
I
they
think
were there was to get Sweet Tooth's cape.
Yeah, I
Season
saw that.
3 is probably going to explain more of Calypso's backstory, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
hope
every
so.
time he was on
About.
screen was the best scenes in the whole show. Like I want more of him.
I agree. His laugh
Yeah.
also grew on me. A lot of people were shitting on his laugh, but I liked it.
Oh yeah, when he does that weird laugh, and everyone in the
Yeah.
show cringes at it. Every time
Because it's
he
like
does it.
uneasy, and it's meant to be that way. It's like creepy and uneasy. I like it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a weirdo, like creepy guy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it works for it.
And a lot of people were saying, like, Mayhem is maybe his daughter, because I guess it is confirmed that she's 15 years old in the show. I didn't know that. I thought she was supposed to be at least like 20, but apparently she is 15. So that's why they kept calling her a kid.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
And then like she has the same jacket as Calypso had in the past, in like that. It was that flashback with John. So people are just kind of putting two and two together that that's like her jacket she got from her real dad. But I don't know. It makes me wonder, like, are they gonna reveal that Calypso's actually her father, and then is Calypso and is Axel gonna come back, find that out, and then him and Axel are gonna go at it because they're like, I want to be the dad, Is it gonna be like that? I don't know.
Well, didn't when Axel found, what could be Mayhem, it was in that house after he killed all the people inside.
He killed all
So
the people in the house, so it's like, did he kill Calypso there? Maybe that's how Calypso got his powers. I don't know.
or maybe Calypso planted his own daughter there for some reason just to take her. I don't know. It just seems like they didn't really set up for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, she was left. I think she was like, wasn't it related to when Axel killed the family
Right.
Yeah,
and she just got taken away? So I don't know. It didn't say anything about who the family was. So
maybe they stole her,
Yeah.
and then he went in there and killed him.
possibly.
That
We
could
don't
be a
know why
plot
he was
device.
told to go there and kill those people. So yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of mystery around Calypso and Axel and Mayhem, I guess.
Right. Isn't it supposed to be 20 years since the apocalypse? How was she 15 if she was a baby before the apocalypse happened?
I think
Did
it
they
was the
say 20
Insider.
years?
Yeah, I want to say 20.
Oh, I suppose 'cause it was like 2003 or something. Yeah, that would make sense.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, if she's 15, she was happy. She was a baby before the apocalypse happened. Is that true?
I don't think. I mean,
Oh, I see you're saying. Wait, did they say that flashback though with Axel being a hitman was that after the apocalypse or before?
it could have been either. I mean, he could have been, inside one of the cities.
That's what I was. That's honestly what
no
I
guarantee.
assumed. I just assumed it was after the apocalypse. I didn't even think of it as like that was before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's hard to
Interesting.
say. He could have been in one of the major cities.
I think Calypso just didn't have time to raise a kid, so he set all that up and went out for smokes and never came back, knowing that Axel would take care of his kid. I mean, running a corporation's hard.
That's true. That is a Calypso thing to do. But I also found it interesting that Calypso chose not to kill Mayhem when she found Minion and instead like brought her up to like hang out with him to watch over the show.
It is, yeah. So it is possible. Maybe it is his child.
Yeah.
Honestly.
'Cause that was my kind of thing is like, why would he do all that special? Like, I get it, she's a kid, but why would he give her special treatment like that? You know? I feel like he would have just locked her in a cage or some shit.
Well, especially because he let her go. Like, she threatened him and he just let
Yeah.
her go to be with John and Quiet. So
Yeah, he
and
didn't
he said
care.
it,
He was
you know,
like, you go
soon
do
it
what you
won't
want.
matter. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I it could go either way. I don't think there's a lot of evidence either direction to be for sure about it.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, all in all, I liked the season. There's a lot of it I liked actually more than the first season. Like I said, I think the acting was better, the special effects are better, the fight scenes were better. But I just feel like kind of it fell a little flat in terms of like where the story was going towards the end when they released Minion and all that. I just felt that could have been done better. And then like, the sex jokes, the overabundance of sex jokes is just over the top. And some of the writing was just a little bit like maybe too juvenile for me. I don't know. I like dumb humor, but just some of it was a little bit over the top in certain scenes, certain situations. But all in all, I still like if I was to rate it out of 10, I'd still give it like an 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it overall.
Yeah, I would probably say the same. I really did like it a lot. I mean, that's why I watched the whole thing in one day. I wasn't planning to do that, but
Hell yeah.
I did
Yeah, I would-
enjoy it enough to watch the whole thing.
I would probably give it, probably 8 out of 10. Most likely. It's just, I loved everything about it. I mean, like the humor kind of got grating at some points just because it was just so oppressively like penis and boobs and sex jokes and all that. But overall, I thought it was excellent. I just kind of wish they spent more time on the juicy parts, like the actual narrative, like the more satisfying narrative parts. But like whenever they kind of got some momentum going in that, they would undercut it with like Sweet Tooth coming in and talking about his balls or whatever. And I just, I wish they spent more time on the drama, which might be blasphemous. I don't know, but I want to know more about the characters, and I didn't get to see as much as I wanted.
I don't know. I want to know more about Sweet Tooth's balls personally, but to each their own.
Yeah.
I guess that's just me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, the special effects were great. They introduced a bunch of really good new characters. Like the combat, like some of the fight scenes. Really liked, and I kind of wish they leaned more into it, where Sweet Tooth is trying to hunt down all these killers who are supposedly better than he is. But they went nowhere with that storyline. But yeah, there was a lot of filler episodes in there with like prom and the school stuff. I felt just didn't need to be there. And then a lot of the filler stuff was just the overabundance of sex scenes throughout it. They cut that in half and then explored other things like building cars or figuring out how to make new weapons or things like that. That would have been more interesting to me.
I thought the prom episode did end up mattering because when I watched it the whole time, I was like, what the hell is this? Why am I watching this? But there was a couple of nuggets in there, but then also at the end, after the bomb went off after the tournament, like the prom was, I guess, the setup for like to frame John and Quiet, because they had to change out of their clothes, and so they dressed up like as henchmen as John and Quiet, had the video of them planting the bomb. So that like that the prom was kind of the excuse to do that,
Yeah.
to have that scene.
Also, it was also important, guys, because we got Club Kid. So
Wait, was Club Kid there?
Yes, yeah.
yeah, he was the
just
DJ.
the DJ.
It said
Oh, I
Club-
did
it
not
said
even
Club Kid.
realize, dude. Yeah, I was maybe checked out for the majority of that episode, but that's cool. I'm glad he got a chance to shine.
Now
I
we just
didn't
need
notice
Club
it the
Kid
first time
and
until I got a
Pizza Boy to
second
come
take.
back.
Oh man, there has to be more Pizza Boys. There has to be.
There has to be. I mean, they had like three
Yeah.
different pizza yeah, there was like three different pizza delivery scenes in this season.
And
You
now one
notice
Pizza
that?
Boy.
Yeah,
it
not
was
one
all
Pizza
John Doe.
Boy, but they were they were like all John Doe. It's like, but just bring Pizza Boy back, god dang it. Come on. What the heck?
But I did love the season. I did enjoy it. I mean, it was good enough that I felt sad when it was over. I'm like, oh man, like we're not going to be able to see these guys again for, minimum like 2 or 3 years, if there's even a third season, which I hope there is.
There probably will. be.
Agreed.
I think it was definitely popular enough to have a third season for sure.
Yeah.
It's
And
been topping the charts, and people really it's well received. So
Yeah.
Is it really 2
And-
to 3 years between seasons, or
no,
I mean, it was 2
one,
years
Yeah.
between season 1 and
I
2.
think
was it?
that was
Wow.
one. Pretty sure it was
It
one.
was,
No,
it was,
two.
I want to say it was July 2023.
It was
the first
2023.
season. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 years, homie.
And how soon after season 1 did they announce season 2? Wasn't it like December, like
was
during
like
the
6
Game Awards
months.
or something? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 6 months. It was a little while.
Yeah.
I'm
I know
hoping it
Dave
kinda
wanted
gets
to
the
kinda
Fallout
open up
treatment.
the chat to
Sure.
to ask questions. I only got like 20 minutes left, so that's why I'm trying to.
Yeah. No, I
Oh,
got you.
Yeah, it's 440.
Got it. Do you guys want to pour through chat?
Sure. Yeah. If anybody in chat has any questions for us or for Dave or for anything about the show or just want to make a statement about the show, let us know, and we'll kind of discuss it.
We kind of addressed this one, but I already see. I saw one asking, "Will Darktooth be in the series?" And I think we came to the conclusion that if they can get a big enough truck, then yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a possibility, but it's hard to say because having a truck, if they wanted to have the head spinning head, probably not. Non-spinning head, probably.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I don't think you can't have. I mean, if you have Charlie Kane and you have Sweet Tooth in need of a new truck, I mean, it's all there. You can't
Right.
avoid it.
Yeah, let's see. Here's a statement here. Calypso staff all had black eyes. You mean like they're...
Yeah, that was the 9 or whatever, the Apocalypse 9.
that's
Well, they
someone-
didn't work for Calypso, right? He just had them come to the school. They weren't his employees or anything.
I like to think they were just brainwashed. Like they were regular people and he just like took over their mind with his powers or some shit.
Well, didn't
Yeah,
they
they had
say
the
there's like a
nerve
lore
ending.
behind the Apocalypse 9? She says like their skin is yellow because they burn their nerve endings and stuff. They're like a whole
Yeah, so-
separate faction.
Yeah, so they can't
Yeah,
flip
could
over.
be.
Yeah.
let's see. Any predictions for characters for season 3?
Club Kid and Pizza Boy, baby.
That's always
They're
a
gonna
tough
duke it
one
out.
because they're
I'm
they're
trying
so
to think of, like,
random with who
really
they
important
pull.
characters.
Well,
Like, what
Thumper
other,
needs
like,
to make
very
it in there.
important-
Yeah, Thumper and Warthog, I think, are 2 glaring omissions so far.
Yeah.
Oh, a return of Outlaw, like you do Outlaw 2.
Yeah.
I want to see a mime reference.
Yeah, I'm always gonna push for the characters I created for the Twisted Metal universe. I want to see Trapper, Piecemeal, and Mime.
Piecemeal would be a
Hell yeah.
really cool like idea. And they could easily do that too.
Piecemeal would work so well. Just as like I think Kong brought it up, just like a scrapper, like someone just there to salvage cars.
Yeah.
It would definitely work. It fits the apocalyptic universe. Like it definitely works.
Yeah, they go through his
Because
territory.
Roadkill was that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and Striker, like we need an actual hammerhead, like the actual monster truck, please.
Yeah, what are they driving the was it like an
They were just
Oldsmobile
driving a
Alero?
regular yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
regular
regular
car.
car.
And
Yeah,
Mike
it wasn't
died in
anything
it.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Well,
they-
I think it was like a neat quirk about it that it was like a student driver car. Like it had the two
Yeah,
the 2 steering wheels. I thought that was kind of funny.
that is kind of funny. I didn't even notice that, to be honest.
Well, because they had to, because I think someone got stabbed in the butt, like so Stu couldn't walk that well, and then Mike got stabbed in the shoulder, so he couldn't use his left arm. and so they had to like kind of work together to drive the car.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I totally missed that for some reason.
Someone's saying that Piecemeal could be a traveling fortress. I could see him tying into the storyline where he gets his hands on Sweet Tooth's truck and incorporates it, and then now Sweet Tooth has to go after him to get the truck back, and you can have a fun fight there. That would be pretty cool.
Can we get the Twisted Metal Black Sweet Tooth truck and get like one turning into a robot scene?
Oh my god,
boy, that'd be so cool.
There goes
It'd
the
be
entire
cool
budget.
if it doesn't look like a CGI nightmare. If they can do it,
Make it look as
maybe.
bad as possible. They have the
Or
green
just get
screen
Michael
left in and
Bay in on
everything.
it to make a transformer transformation.
Yeah, right.
Somebody's asking,
CGI bot.
do we want physical media releases for both seasons?
Yes, please. I've been asking for that for a while. I asked Michael Jonathan Smith on Instagram about that, if they were making a physical release for season 2, and he said sadly there's no like word from Peacock or anything about that, so he has no idea. And if he doesn't know, then I'm assuming it's not going to happen. So be on the lookout. If you're looking on eBay or whatever, they're going to be bootleg. If you see them for real, it's not real, it's fake, so don't buy it, because that happened for the first season.
Is that normal for like streaming service movies and TV to be like
Not
just
really.
only digital?
Physical media has kind of just like died out for a lot of people. So it's not. And it costs money for them to print them, obviously. So it just saves them money to just keep it on.
But I just find it crazy they haven't had like a collector's edition or something, like, or like put both of them together in like one pack, like for $100 or something. Like I'd buy that immediately.
Yeah. Oh, someone's saying Darktooth could be a UPS truck. Could be.
Well, it has to be ice cream related, right?
He's here to deliver pain.
I think he means for the sheer size of it. Then they just paint it to look like an ice cream truck.
Oh, I see. Okay,
I can see that.
No, that'd be clever. Yeah.
No, just leave UPS on the side. Fuck it.
Yeah, right.
It's just a UPS truck.
Well, I thought they meant like he'd be like a postal driver or something. He just went postal.
He's gone postal.
Yeah. I thought that would be the joke, but yeah, no, I like that better.
Yeah.
What do they make Sweet Tooth's truck out of? Do they say?
Yeah, I think it's just an ice cream truck.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
could
know
have.
if they used a different vehicle or what to do it. I mean,
Good question.
Sure.
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I don't remember seeing the side windows on it, but I could be misremembering.
I think we said earlier, Edward's wondering about the baby preacher, if we think it's going to return and maybe be older.
it could be a new character, maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can see
Right.
that. It's a possibility.
Maybe it's Mr. Ash. He's gonna
What if
grow
they
up
brought
and
the
be a
baby
demon.
to Charlie Kane? What if he's raising the baby and it's the baby from Twisted Metal Black?
Oh shit!
Or not the baby, but the little kid. That's like Sweet Tooth's brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe.
I mean, they're already kind of set up that it's like the next coming of Preacher, right?
Basically.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. What's our opinion on how future seasons seem to be going towards the faction idea of 2012? And how
I
will
dig
that-
it. I think it makes sense.
I like it.
People grouped together in a post-apocalyptic world. They need to
Yeah.
find like a safe haven somehow.
Yeah, and it's real handy when
also-
actors leave and you can just replace them that way.
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking. I'm like, I also like it, the fact that, if one dies, you can bring another one back. Which also kind of ties into the games because, every level you're facing the same characters again, basically. So it's like, how do they keep coming back alive? So
Yeah.
And how
that
they keep
could be
coming
a
back
way
to the end
around
of the
that.
game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's stuff like that.
And you'd be able to
Something
have
way of
actual
doing it.
car combat with consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause if you blow up a henchman, who cares? But you blow up John and Quiet, and there was a 5-minute scene where they're crying over each other,
Gotta go make a wish again.
and then like jumps his body with the ice cream truck. I don't think that'd probably kill him a second time.
True.
I don't think that would work.
Someone thinks we might see Black since that season's about killing Calypso. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I thought when they showed Minion in the basement being built, I thought that was going to be Black.
Yeah.
What pop culture would you want them to reference in season 3? Well, that's a loaded one.
It'd
Well, it's
have to
got to be something before
2002.
2000. Yeah, like that's why all the music's from like 2001, 2000, because it's like what they would have been listening to before the apocalypse. So, um, maybe references to like maybe other horror movies that would have came out right before then. Like Final Destination would have been kind of cool, like a reference, since they got Devon Sawa in there.
Yeah. I mean, they got the gorilla music in there too. The gorillas.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a V8 references.
I would love a V8 reference in that.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Make them a like one-off characters that get killed.
It's called a coyote
Have,
or
like,
something.
the vigilante. Yeah, the coyotes. Yeah.
Let's see what other good ones we got here.
Far-fetched reference though. I don't think they would do that.
Critical depth reference.
Critical depth reference.
Yeah.
Road trip.
They probably got a road trip. Yeah.
The Wienermobile comes out of nowhere.
Oh God, dude! That if they don't have a Wienermobile at some point, there's just a huge missed opportunity.
That's true.
Yeah,
they could borrow the Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Yeah, I mean it fits the humor for sure. And then there's already the the groundwork and vigilant or road trip. Fucking do it. Where's my Wienermobile?
Yeah.
Get on it, Michael Jonathan Smith. Is that his name? Right?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
I mean, they could take
hope he watches this.
They could take the school bus from the Jaffe Campbell scene and put the barbed wire around the top and across and do I forget what her name was, like Mercy or Killing Angel or something from Road Trip.
Yeah, it was a really dumb, clunky ass name. Yeah, it was like a
Meat Wagon would be cool to see.
Meat Wagon would be cool. Yeah.
So we got Vermin. We had Death Warrant, which was not something on my bingo card. Maybe like Roadboat. That'd be cool. The Magnet special.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Trash Man needs to make an appearance. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it is, but I thought the leader of Diesel City was Trash Man.
It could be. I don't remember. It's something like that. It was either he was the biggest killer in Diesel City or the ruler of it.
I thought it was Killer.
They called him the Prince. That's what they kept calling him, the Prince. I don't know.
It seems.
Yeah, I think
Are you mixing him up with the orgy guy?
The main guy, like the guy, what was he wearing? Like a white fucking.
Yeah, we never saw Trash Man. He was just a reference.
Oh, I thought that was Trash Man, honestly.
No, that was the Emperor. You're thinking of the orgy dude. But yeah, that wasn't Trash Man.
Oh, they're saying biggest killer of the Mississippi was what Trash Man was.
Mississippi. Okay.
Biggest killer of the Mississippi.
Somebody's.
Do we think it's weird that Shadow wasn't part of the show? We had Raven, but no Shadow. Is that for Mortimer later on?
Well, they had him in like season 1 too a lot. They had the car.
No, you're right. Yeah, John Quiet and her brother were driving it. That's right.
Yeah.
They could have brought that back, I think.
Somebody's saying Pit Viper being forgotten is another deep cut.
Honestly, yeah.
Yo, they're probably gonna write that off as that's the deep cut.
That's
that's
funny.
the joke.
I mean, I cut her from Small
No
Brawl.
way.
Or have her come back as Grasshopper and then never acknowledge Pit Viper. The same actor and everything.
Same actress, yeah. Well, I think the girl Mayhem's gonna turn into Grasshopper because again, I still think it's a reference to her being Calypso's daughter.
I'd like to see that. It would be interesting.
Hair color, right?
Yeah.
Well, she has blonde hair, right? And Grasshopper
reddish blonde. It's like reddish blonde. I mean, her car in season 2 was Grasshopper basically, but she wasn't able to drive it because Quiet ripped out like whatever that wire was in it.
I don't remember what she drove. I thought it was like an old.
It was a green
bug. Oh, it's right. Yeah. Okay.
So it basically was Grasshopper.
Gang's cars though, because I'm pretty sure there was multiple of those.
Yeah, there was.
Someone's asking, do we think Baby Preacher's going to come back but older? Because that character did seem
we
to.
just answered that earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be probably a more important character.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like a supernatural character.
That kid
I'm still
seems
standing by that's going to be the kid from Twistedmetal Black, and he's going to be like the son of Charlie Kane.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean that kid does seem to be growing fast. Like they looked a little bit older by the end of some of the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Holy Men said they found it in a tree. That's what they found the kid.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
If I
They
recall,
found it in a
they
tree.
found
That's
it in a
funny.
tree. That's what they said. So
Wow.
What are the chances we're going to see Calypso's nuke truck? I say none.
That'd
I
be
don't see
so
that.
sick.
that,
That'd be
would
the
cool.
season. That'd be the series finale, let alone the season finale.
There's
just
got to be
nuke
at
the
some
world.
point where someone like takes over the tournament or whatever, and he has to compete in his own tournament.
I
That's-
would love that.
I don't think it'd be
Sweet Tooth
season
takes it
3,
over
but
like Twisted Metal 4.
yeah,
Exactly. I would love that twist. That'd be so funny. Because they even kind of referenced that even in the beginning of season 2 with Stu like made the tournament thing
yeah.
and Sweet Tooth was gonna be the ruler of it. Like they referenced that already, so I could see that happening. Maybe Sweet Tooth taking
Yeah.
it over. And that'd be a way around them not having Sweet Tooth get killed because he's running the contest. And we could have Melvin make an appearance too.
Oh, he has like a whole
That'd
like
be
bunch of
interesting.
clones or like henchmen. They're just little clown people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little group. It's
Little
fun.
groupies.
There you go. That'd be cool. Meat Wagon from 2012 could also double as a road trip reference. Yes,
True,
potentially.
True. Yeah.
Justice for Trash Man.
Bryson says that he thinks Mayhem's going to turn out to be Angel from Head On. So basically Thumper.
I could see that. A
possible.
thumper would not be hard to make, I think. Like the special weapon just being like a flamethrower should be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I like your background there, Goodrich.
I know we've been going a long time. that was a 2-hour stream that I'm floating in the background, and we already surpassed it. You like
Awesome.
you like my Jaffe and my gorillas calling out
Yeah,
Vigilante 8 on there.
fantastic. Yeah, I love
I
it.
dig it.
Uh,
But yeah,
let's-
I'm probably going to have to sadly cut it off here soon.
No, just the Emperor. I think that's most of the questions I'm seeing here. Raven's car was named Shadow in the concept for the show, so we did get to see it in season 1.
Mhm.
Mayhem and Grasshopper with Quattro Robocop would be a great nod to TM2, with Grasshopper being a robot set to terminate Calypso.
Oh, yeah.
The Volkswagen was called Shrapnel. Yeah, they used a different name in there.
Stupid.
Well,
Should have
with
called it Grasshopper.
Krista being, John's sister, and Krista being, Grasshopper in the other game. I mean, he did turn her into a robot the same way like the LAPD did in Twisted
Yeah.
Metal 2. There's some symmetry there, but it kind of goes in the other direction.
Right.
They're not
I
using it
still
against
find
him.
it really weird they named her Krista. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
Because of
Mayhem, we don't
2012
know
probably.
Mayhem's name yet because she just
We
calls
don't.
herself that. So they didn't give her a name yet.
But they're
You
not
know
going to
what's
do two Kristas.
No, that'd be weird.
Yeah, that would be too much.
Yeah, those
Like sorry.
I don't know, those darn LA cops and their robots, like.
Oh, it's getting out of hand. Just give all the budget for the LAPD to the Twisted Metal TV show. That'll
There you
solve a lot
go.
of problems.
I predict the Super Axel is going to show up and he's going to battle Krista Minion, and that's going to lead to them bounding
Becoming
after,
machines.
or bonding
Excellent.
after becoming machines. Hmm.
Like, they make Super Axel. That would be cool.
If they made Super Axel, that's where they would have to go with. It was either Kong or Drew. You said like he'd be evil.
Yeah, he would probably have to be evil if you did that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I think it would work. I mean, you just make him like the Metallic Man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it would be fine.
If they got him in armor, then they could actually swap out the the actor whenever they wanted. We'd never know.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
You
right.
wouldn't even need to worry about anything. As long as the actor would not like have or it would be like too large, then I think that would be fine.
Spray
Yeah,
paint the actor
agreed.
silver. Yeah.
Yeah, just spray paint him silver.
Like the guy in Mad Max where he sprays in his mouth.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
There you go.
All right, well, I think it's a good place to stop, huh? 2 hours in.
Yeah. I think we got all our points out. It was fun. Thank you for having us on, Dave.
No problem.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Thanks for letting me stream it.
Yeah.
Anybody want to do any plugs before we call it here?
Kohala
Subscribe
just went
to
live with
Dave.
Twisted Metal.
Follow
That's my
Dave
plug.
on Twitch. And Michael, if you're watching this, we'll do cameos. I'll fly out there. I'll do it. Same with Dave.
That's right. Does Michael know
Hit us
that
up.
I'm one of the creators on Twisted Metal?
I'm sure he does by now because he's in the Discord and he sees all the roles and people talking in there. So,
I
but if he
hope so.
doesn't,
Yeah.
now he does.
There you go.
Get Jim in there too.
Yeah, get Jim
I
Boak.
don't know if he even lives in that area, but
Jim's down in San
Yeah, get
Diego.
Jim in there.
He's down in
Does
San
anyone
Diego area
know?
where Jaffe is. We could just all meet down there.